Oh, yes. Welcome into the Flyers Charities Carnival. We're here. It's 2026, and it is set to be, I don't know, maybe the largest, one of the most successful, it would, by all accounts, seem. It's a bitter cold day, but it is a nice day down here. The first time ever at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. We have a star-studded lineup for you today. If you are looking to feel like you're in the building, even if you're not, we have good news for you. We are the place to be here on Snow The Goalie. If you have friends and family and all those wonderful people who are like, hey, I wish they televised the carnival, do us a favor. Let them know about Snow The Goalie. We are streaming over on YouTube, Facebook, and X. And as I mentioned, we have quite the lineup today. We're going to pull it up here on the screen now. I think some of the times may have changed a little bit versus where we were a wee bit ago. However, we do have a star-studded lineup. We're going to do this. But before we get out to that lineup, Anthony is here. Bundy is here. Intern Andrew is preparing himself to go into the dunk tank. He is here, and we have a loaded lineup. Gentlemen, how are we feeling today?
I love the carnival.
Yeah, carnival's a great day. It really is. I mean, you could even tell, no matter what's going on with the hockey team, the lines outside were mobbed before the event started, like 10:30. I got here. Everybody was waiting to come in. The parking lot was full. It's a great day.
It is. It's the coolest event, I think, that any team in sports does. I really believe that. And
yeah.
You know, and I'm around the Phillies, and they have some great events, right? And they do some cool things for charity. This is unparalleled, what they do here. And I am very impressed year in and year out by what they do. And it's a fun day. And look, there's no question that right now things are rough for the Flyers. Like, we know it, right?
Yeah.
But this is evidence that the people care, right? That as bad as things are right now for the Flyers, that you have all these people here, and they all still want to meet the guys, and they all still want to be around them, and they want to tell them that they appreciate them, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's a cool thing. Like, that's awesome.
It's one of the very rare opportunities that people have to get up close and personal with some of their favorite players, with the people that they watch on TV, or they go down and they see play in Voorhees. It is a cool experience. We are not going to gloss over the fact the Flyers are in a disastrous stretch right now. I know that there are a lot of people in the comments who are looking for blood. I said that there are questions to be asked. We will ask some of them. I'm sure that we are not going to satisfy or satiate the people who are bloodthirsty sharks right now.
No, you
keep in mind, it is the Charities Carnival.
Yes.
There are questions, right? And I'll show you the lineup right now. And I will tell you that despite some potential...
Here's the thing that you need to understand. You need to understand.
Me?
Yes, you. Yes, you need to understand.
I can't wait to be talked down to at the Charities Carnival.
No. That's what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be dad for a second. Okay? That
he thinks he has to tell me.
The bloodthirsty sharks are a minority.
They're not.
They are. They are a minority. Okay?
Sure.
Yeah, the bloodthirsty ones. There's people that are upset and people that are angry.
Okay.
And that's fine.
The super bloodthirsty ones, I agree.
Yes. That's who you cater to.
There are definitely people.
That's who you're catering to.
Sure.
Yeah. But anyway.
Okay.
Anyway. But yeah, it's going to be a big day today. We got Dan, I think, is the only one that's been adjusted on time.
Yeah. So here's the lineup for today. We'll bring this over to the people right now. So today on the show, as we said, it is a pretty damn near, I would say, among maybe the most loaded lineup down here today. Dan Hilferty will be on the show. Head coach Rick Tocchet will be on the show. Todd Reirden, an assistant coach, will be on the show. Wayne Simmonds, who everybody loves, will be on the show. President of Hockey Ops Keith Jones will be on the show. Jim Jackson and Brian Boucher, the voices of the team, will be on the show. Cindy Stutman, who was here the other day, she'll be here to talk about the logistics.
Most regular guest.
And everything that's been going on around the Charities Carnival. So we have a lot to get into. We have a lot of guests. Intern Andrew's going in the dunk tank. At some point, I'm going to go walk around the arena. I have a little bit of equipment, a little extra equipment that I picked up this week to try to do some live hits, maybe give you a little break here and there throughout the show. So we'll be trying to zoom around, show you, for those of you who were like, I don't know, should I go down? Should I not go down? Whether you get here this year or not, we'll show you reasons why it is certainly worth doing in the future.
What you're going to do, and it was your idea, and it was a great one, to wander around and I can give
butter in my biscuit.
I could give you props.
Butter in my biscuit.
To wander around with the camera and a mic, environment of the carnival.
Yeah.
You know, we are making up for what NBC Sports is not doing.
Correct.
Right? Like, that's what they should be doing.
Correct.
Because obviously, I mean, look, there's going to be however many thousands of fans that come down here today, which is awesome.
Correct.
Okay. But there are so many Flyers fans who can't be here and would like to watch it on television.
Correct.
And they're not. So we're going to give them the opportunity. The people who can hop on here with us on Snow the Goalie, we're going to give them the opportunity to experience it in the way that they should be experiencing it on TV. And it was your idea, and it was a great idea. And so you bouncing around and getting that stuff is going to be really cool. I think it's going to be a nice benefit for the group.
Bundy, where's the butt here? I feel like he's trying to butter me up here and then gonna lambaste me with something. I don't know. Bundy, real quick, as a player, right? You spent most of your career here. You did go elsewhere for a wee bit.
For a couple of weeks.
Is there anything that you can think of in this sport that's similar to this carnival or near this level?
I've been around, and I've been around other teams. I don't know of anything that I know some teams do certain things, but I just don't know if there's the ambition that the fans have here in Philadelphia for this event that they do anywhere else.
Well, keep in mind, like, this was kind of the OG, right? I mean, this is the 49th anniversary of the first carnival.
Yep.
And I'm not sure that any other team has something that's that long.
Right. That's been that sustaining over time.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it so unique and so special.
Yeah.
It's because of that. Hey, by the way, Bundy, when you said you were on another team for a couple of weeks when you were in Dallas, did they have you in a hotel the whole time? Is that what it was?
Yeah, I was in a hotel, and then I was there for like 2 months, and then I had an apartment for like a month and a half.
Did you really?
Yeah,
okay, I didn't know if you were.
That,
I didn't know if you were stuck in a hotel the whole time.
I was for quite a while. Then they finally said just get an apartment for like one of those monthly rentals.
Yeah,
and that's what I did. So
completely like furnished or anything?
It was furnished. Yeah,
was it really? Okay,
yeah.
All right.
It was fine.
Just curious. Like I didn't know what goes into that. Like when you're there for such a short period of time.
It's like getting smacked across the chops for sure because everything's different than what you're used to. You know?
Right.
So that was weird.
Yeah.
I've actually been told the first guest today, head coach Rick Tocchet.
Oh, really?
So Dan's going to be later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what it seems like.
All right. So I think Toc is scheduled for 11:30.
Yeah, but I was told that he'll be here very soon.
Oh, he's coming early.
I don't know. I think they might have flip-flopped guests. I'm not positive.
Okay.
I'm not positive.
Gotcha.
Listen, a lot of times in life, I know that we seem very well put together. And I get it, right? For the people out there. They're like, wow, these guys probably showed up at 7 a.m. They were ready to go. You know, things happen. Logistical things happen. And I'll tell you what, I'm gonna give a shout out. I don't know the lady's name. She was fantastic.
Megan Flanagan?
No. Well, yeah, of course.
Oh.
Megan, Kate, they're great. But there's also the woman who came over here tech-wise with the Ethernet.
Yeah.
She showed up with like the little
tester.
It's almost like the Geiger counter, right? Is what it looks like. Right?
Yeah,
and she goes in there and she ran 2 lines over to the giant pole over there with the Ethernet connection. So
here comes the coach.
It could have been a massive crisis, and instead, no crisis at all.
Yeah, Bundy's doing the introductions over here. Hasn't talked to him in a bit. So we'll have Toc with us here momentarily.
Look, they're duking it out right now.
Yeah.
And the dance floor.
I love it. I love this conversation that's taking place.
Yeah.
Like nobody can hear it. Right?
Yeah.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
I mean, we could jack the mics up here.
No.
I'm going to be. I'll turn down the
mics.
mics. So we've got this going on. We got a bunch of the other people coming on a little bit later on in the show as well. I don't know what's going to happen when we rove. When we rove around the arena, that's going to be something.
It will be something.
I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be perfectly chaotic. Intern, what time are you going in the dunk tank? 12:15.
Yeah, so he's got to be down there.
So if you're not down here by 12:15, do yourself a favor. Get down here by 12:15 and come dunk intern Andrew in the dunk tank. Because if there's one thing that we need on a day like today, we need to throw intern Andrew into the dunk tank. He said he's not going to let kids dunk him on purpose. Intern. So,
is that right?
Which I think is a violation.
Yeah, he's got to let people dunk him. He's got to let kids dunk him. Yeah,
kids are going to go push that button and you're going to fall right in.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the appropriate age threshold there? By the way, welcome to the show, head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers, Rick Tocchet.
Thank you.
What's the?
Did Bundy do the dunk tank? I can't remember.
I didn't know. You know what? Yes, I did. One of the years when I was a player, I did it 1 year.
I'm trying to think if I saw you in there.
Yeah.
Did you do it, Toc, back in the day?
I don't think I've ever been. Yeah, maybe I have. Yeah, I think we all had our turn in 85.
Now they have like 10 guys doing it now, and ladies and gentlemen and everybody.
It's always the rookies. Right?
Yeah.
It's always
Yeah. Well, no more. You guys aren't. I don't think it's allowed anymore.
Is that a health thing or something?
Yeah, I think it is.
Somebody
I
get
think,
the
so,
flu?
we're sending our intern in later today.
Okay.
He's going to go. He's going to go in.
But he's not playing along with the idea that a kid is allowed to just come up and push the button. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I ended up in there last year, and I was like, you know what? When it's like a 7 and 8 year old, a 5-year-old, sure, go up, push the button. But a 14-year-old, like, listen, you gotta
Draw
work
the
on the
line.
aim, the accuracy. You gotta draw a line somewhere. You know, like, what are we doing?
So what's it like for you to come back to this now? I mean, you used to be part of this so many times for so many years, and that it's still going on. This is 49 years later since it began. Like, this is kind of special, right?
Yeah, it is. Been gone a long time.
Yeah.
The great thing is, like, and I just was talking to Bundy, and the time during the end of my career, that team, like the Bundys and the Garubis and the Jonesy, like, what do you call it? Johnny Leclerc now is part of our staff. Mark Recchi brings back great memories. Right?
Yeah.
So that's the stuff I love. And then the people that I've known over the years getting back and reconnected, that's the special part for sure.
And do you have any fond memories of some kind of like funny thing that you signed or something like that from your time here at the carnival?
Yeah. Yeah.
We just leave it at
We'll leave it as that. Bundy probably
You
knows all
got to
that
remember, Talk used to have the flow, right?
Yeah.
So he was probably in the picture booth all those years for all those young girls getting their pictures taken with you.
Yeah. Now the stress, the hair stress. That's why I'm bald.
Oh man, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. I wanted to ask you a question about where you guys are at this point. Can you? Where are you as far as dealing with adversity? You talked a little bit about this last night?
Yeah.
I've talked to Danny about this a little bit. What do players have to learn about dealing with adversity, and how do they get past it? And what can you as a coach and the general manager for Danny as well, what can you guys as an organization learn from how your players are handling it?
Yeah, you have to learn a little bit as a new guy coming here about the past and what's going on, and then who's aligned with what. But preparation is everything to deal with adversity, pressure, to go where you want to go. Listen, when I came here with Ed Snyder and near the late of my career, from Dan Hilferty now, it's all about the Crescent culture for me, and that's the only way you get out of certain things. Yeah, you got to draft well, you got to develop players well, you got to do the right things off and on the ice. That's what it is. That supersedes everything. It's not about individuals, and that's the only way you're going to get out of it. There's no secret to that, and I'll go to my grave with that. And that's from the success I had in my career. And I've had some pitfalls, but that's always superseded. The great memories of the great teams, whether you're coaching or winning, is always that. So that's what you're trying to, bring here. That's really what it comes down to.
And when you talk to these guys about it, like obviously earlier in the year we heard about all the buy-in. They were buying in. When they hit this rut, do you still feel the buy-in? Do you still sense the buy-in? And it's or is it a little bit? Are they questioning what they're doing now a little bit?
No, I think. Listen, when you there's some expectations. 3-4 weeks ago, you're a couple points out of first, and there's some big expectations, right? And then things hit, right? The schedule. The schedule was our favorite, guys. Listen, I'm a realist. The schedule was our favorite at the beginning of the year. It hasn't been the last month. Every team's got to go through it. Is there a buy-in? Yes. I think, Yogi or Cisco made a good point, and I'll share with you guys, like, this is an unselfish team. It really is. They love each other, but they do selfish things on the ice sometimes, and they don't mean to do it. That comes from experience. There's ways to do things and learn how to learn through adversity. Starts of a game, handling a 3-0, you're up 3-0. Like, are you doing the right things? And that happens at practice. That's coming into camp in shape. That's eating properly. That's like living every day the environment. That's on me to create that environment. There's no secret to it.
Doc, what happens with a team? You structurally, beginning of the year, you guys were really locked in, dialed in. You weren't losing 2 in a row. Where did it go wrong for you where the backdoor plays opened up and there were more chances that were taken part of against you guys?
Well, the confidence.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, there's confidence. Listen, I get it. People are mad, right? Why are they getting leaky goals here and there? Why is the weak side? I cannot stand. Funny, you know me when I played and when you played.
Yeah.
Weak side goals is the Antichrist. You cannot give weak goals up or weak side goals up, and that's a lot of like adversity, right? One guy makes a mistake, the next guy goes, "I'm going to go over there and try to help him out." Instead, it's no, just stay here. Let the goalie have that shot. He's got a better chance. Now, if you look at Vladar, who's had obviously a great season for us, and he'll even tell you, he felt real comfortable in that because he knew where the puck was coming from. Now we're kind of like, we're not quite sure. And we got to give the goalies confidence because when you're playing post to post most nights, it's tough. So that's my job to correct it. Get guys like York and Drysdale to continue. Hey, no, you're good players. You guys just don't worry about like trying to cover for somebody's mistake all the time. Like worry about your position. Listen, look, you got Matze, you got on our left side, you got Grebby trying to be an everyday guy. Barkey, who I love. Yeah. This guy is every day tries to do the right thing. They're experienced guys, so you got to, they're going to have some pitfalls, right? And they got to have to learn certain things. And that's just what the world we live in. I mean, they're not excuses; it's just part of it. But it's up to me to correct this stuff.
Does the way that the season has gone now, because I will always be honest with you about how I feel about things. Right, the first half of the season, Vladar played significantly better than I think you even could have expected. Danny, anybody could have expected. Right, when he went out, it kind of felt like things maybe kind of fell by the wayside, right? Yeah. And so then you kind of wonder, all right, was a goalie playing beyond a career year for him? Was that kind of covering up some things with the rest of the team, right? Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, you could talk to John Cooper, Vasilevsky. I mean, he can, he's a great goalie. So I mean, I don't know how to answer it. Like, Vladar came in prepared to play. He got a goalie. Some guy, I guess, helped him with his lateral movement. He put in the preparation. Yeah. Did he cover some of the mistakes? Probably, but every good team has that. So, yeah, you can't apologize for great goaltending.
Yeah, absolutely.
Has the fact that this has kind of gone the way that it has for the last few weeks, does it maybe as a coach now, you're going to still try to win every game. That's important, all that. Does it loosen the restrictions maybe a little bit that you have internally about like, all right, as we are trying to win every game, when you talk about the Barkeys of the world, the Michkovs of the world, obviously like that's a longer term important thing for you, for everybody. Yeah. Does it loosen up some of those like maybe rigid restrictions that you have on a guy specifically and the role that he was expected to?
What are the rigid, like this is where I have to, what are the rigid, like I'm not telling a guy not to take a guy one-on-one or come out of the corner and win your battle or take it, or make a smart play, make a play, a rush play or whatever.
Sure.
But there's times and places for that, and you gotta, was there restrict, you got no speed through the middle, you got four guys on you, you're up a goal. Is it the time to try to do a pack pass in the middle? No, winning teams don't do it. No, do you do it once in a while? Yeah. Do you want I want a guy to be creative. I want a guy to come out, separate yourself and take it to the net or deke a guy in and out. Nobody's telling you not to do that. So, we want that. Trevor Zegras, came from a situation last couple of years and he's thriving. We have, I think Forrester is a guy that his arrow's been going up. We have a lot of guys that have arrows going up. We just got to continue on that, and it's my job to continue that arrow. But it is true. You got to free up. That's my job as a coach and the staff is to free up their mind.
Yeah, and like to be clear, like when I say free up too, like I look at it like this, right? Yeah. The way that you lean on some vets on the team versus some of the younger guys. Is there a thought there of like some of those younger guys maybe getting increased minutes just because if things kind of continue to go with the way that they're going? Is that part of the long-term development?
I agree with you. I think the start of the year, the game, when you're losing all the time and you're losing 6-5 or 4, and you're playing April hockey, doesn't mean nothing. Sure. You got to try to get young guys confidence. And development is getting pounded every night. So you try to some semblance together to put some kind of structure where you're somewhat in games. Yeah. Yeah. You got to get some players in the lineup that you're going to learn the mistakes. But what are the mistakes? Is it not back checking? Is it allowing a guy to do what he wants? That doesn't happen in winter hockey. Bundy, you can step in there. But, there is a give and take. Either way, I agree with you there. And you got to find that sweet spot. But there is situations where Denver Barkey, like he made a couple of plays last night. He tried to make a play. I get it. It was a nice try. If he makes the play, it's probably in the net. Guy, whatever, probably should have threw it there with the power play. They had a breakaway. That guy probably won't do that again. Or he'll do it once in a while. Those are the guys that, you're trying to develop and mature. And it's like everybody, and that's our job. I get it.
Rick, we could talk to you all day, but you're getting kicked out of your seat because Dan wants to come in. Dan Hilferty.
Are you gonna go? You gonna go mess with any of the guys? That's part of the fun today, right? You're gonna go find any of your guys today, and
I mean, I see them. They probably don't want to see me every day, anyways. But I can't believe. No, but I'm here with like Bundy. The one thing what I loved about Bundy, like, and this is what you're trying to get in your room, like, is a guy that obviously plays the game hard or whatever, but has fun in the room and loosens guys up. Sometimes that's what you need, and you want to. That's the development of a player. Personalities in the room. How many pranks did you used to do?
We all did. There was a group of us with Chief, Talk, Jonesy, Luke Richardson, Gelly. We just had a great group of guys that really loved each other. Even before like a Game 6 in a playoff where everybody's tight. Jonesy came in. One of them, I don't want to mention the guy's name, but he didn't have good hands, and he comes in with lobster claws. And he goes, "Who am I?" The guy probably didn't appreciate it. Right. Was it Chief? We put the lobster claws?
It was Kent Manderville.
Kent Manderville. It was Manderville, yeah.
And what did you say?
Handerville.
Yeah.
Handerville.
Anyways, that's the stuff that I miss about Bundy. But anyways,
yeah, it's great stuff. Listen, we appreciate you, my friend. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Rick Tocchet, head coach of the team. And the guests don't stop here. As he's heading out, we got Dan Hilferty coming on next. I think we showed the graphic a little bit ago.
Great stuff, Doc. Thanks, buddy.
We go.
I'll reach out when you get back from Italy, all right?
Keith Jones. We've got more of we've got more of the people you want to hear from today, I would say. And I think we're closing out today with Boucher and Jim Jackson. So this is there we go. Come on in.
I'll tell you the story.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Oh,
all right,
man.
so there goes.
How you doing, Hilf?
That was fun to watch.
That was
right?
Right?
Dan Hilferty's here.
Hey, Russ.
How we doing?
Good. How you doing, Ant? Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Dan.
Good to see you, Dan.
guys.
This is old hat for you now, right?
I enjoy being with you guys. We've gotten in trouble together.
Yes.
We got out of trouble, though.
Yeah. We got out of trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. But I'm saying, like, you're Mr. Hockey now. Like, when you started here, it was just kind of like, I got to kind of learn my way around.
Yeah.
You're Mr. Hockey now. Like, this is your thing now, right?
No, I'm not Mr. Hockey now. But I have to tell you, I've learned a ton. And we've had conversations. The guys have been so patient with me. I got to sit in on Talk's meeting with his coaches yesterday morning. Oh my gosh, it was fascinating.
Yeah.
Just really trying. We're having a little bit of a slide,
right,
for lack of a better term, and just to watch how they are diligent about their work. They are trying to make players understand where they can do things a little differently, a little bit better. I was so impressed. So I by no means will I ever be an expert, but I really enjoy hockey at a new level now.
Yeah.
As a fan and certainly as the leader of the organization.
Bill, what does it mean when you see, and you said it, the team's been on a skid for about 3 weeks, yet you come out here today and you feel the energy at the carnival with the amount of people outside, the parking lot's full. That's optimism to me.
Yeah, I just think, Bundy, it speaks to who we are as an organization, what the Flyers have meant to this region for so long, and the fact that people can come out here and have fun, meet players, watch you guys do your things, do fun carnival-type things, and really do something special for the community. So, even in my first couple of years here where we struggled, my first full year, we started out great and then took a slide that didn't end. So people are they separate what we mean to the fiber of the community from, as we all as fans, and we all have a level of fan in us, how we're disappointed anytime we lose on the ice.
I have an overarching question
Russ,
for you.
He's smiling. He had that look in his eyes.
So the position that you're in, right? Like when you first came in, it was like defer, right? But we always hear these stories about people who come in, they learn, and then they start to get more involved in the decision making. Have you started to feel yourself kind of going, all right, I think I know what I'm looking for in a player. I think I've gained an added level of understanding, appreciation, whatever. And when you're in those conversations with a Jonesy, with a Danny, with a Talk, they're like, are we sure? Like, do you ever catch yourself almost trying to add in your input maybe more than you did before?
Russ, that is such a really good question. I'm glad you asked it from this perspective. Just to full disclosure, like the one thing that I struggled with when I first came here wasn't that question. It was, how do I explain to people that I'm a really good leader, that I'm creative, that I roll up my sleeves, that I do believe in this culture thing. Culture and talent do amazing things, but I'm not Ed Snyder. And I really, that was my biggest struggle. And I want people to know that I'm going to lead this thing, but I'm going to do it my way, right, and yet respect, as I always called him, the foundational titan of this organization. So then you bring that down to how I deal with the folks on the hockey ops side. I am in any meeting that I want to be in. Whether it's Jonesy, Danny, Tock, we had a meeting this morning. I'm in the meeting. I give feedback based on things that I feel confident and comfortable in.
Yeah.
I would never say that I would get in an argument with any one of them about the pros and cons of a potential trade target, a potential draft target, or the way a player's playing the night before or might play the next night. When I go in the locker room after the game, I shake hands, as you know, with every single player. That was an Ed Snyder tradition.
Yes, it was.
You lived
yes,
it.
sir, it was. Yep.
And I often wonder, do you know they all look up, and if they're able to, they stand up to shake my hand.
Yeah.
That tells me something. And I'm not there saying, you were terrible tonight or you were great tonight. I swear to you, what's in here is a level of gratitude. A level of gratitude. These guys go out there and try their best to entertain more and more fans that are coming out.
Yep.
And entertain them in a way that is authentic, and they're giving their best. So, yes, I weigh in, but never debate talent.
Sure.
Or
have you ever got? I promise. This is the last thing. Have you ever gotten to a point where, like, a lot of times when guys do the drafting or they do the evaluation of the player, sometimes they get very attached to them, right? Like it's just the way that the game works. Have you at any point had to have that conversation where you're more of like a neutral bystander and say, guys, we might have to move this guy, but it is what's best for the organization as a whole? No?
Oh, I'm telling you, Russ, it's the opposite.
Okay.
They had to train me. Like they'd say, look, love the player.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fall in love with the player.
Okay.
And the biggest learning for me in this, I come from a college atmosphere. Hey, we're all in this together, which is true. But the players understand more than I did that this is a business. It's a great business, and there's sometimes where a trade is necessary both for that player and for the organization. So it's taken me a while to be more that way. Those guys are far more detached and businesslike. That doesn't mean they don't respect the players. They respect them greatly. But they brought me along to understand that, hey, this guy's going to be okay. He's going to go to a new team. He's still going to get paid. Where I fall in love with them.
Yeah.
Just the way it is.
Yeah.
So it's more about.
You're more on like the human side. You're attached on the human
Yeah.
side than the
And I've had to work on that.
Yeah.
So my question then is from the business perspective of things. You mentioned you're starting to get more people in the building, right? We've seen some games where it's been packed in that place. Even going back to just before Christmas, the Anaheim game, a couple games since then. I was even impressed. The Islanders game with all the snow there, how many people actually showed up for that game, right?
It was a good crowd for that.
You had a good crowd for that game. So obviously with that, it means that people are paying attention. But it also means that now the spotlight gets a little bit harsher. So when you look at it from a business perspective, are you still on board with the same, this is the way it's going to go, this is the development, the process, that however you want to phrase it, that we got to stick to this timeline that we originally thought? Or do you look at it and go, well, we got so much more interest in us now. We got so many more people caring. We got a lot of negativity, even though it's because it's care. They care. That's what the negativity is, right? Do you feel like that has to expedite things at all?
That's again another great question. I would say this to you that a year and a half ago, if we had this conversation, I would say no, patience, time. We've got this 3 to 5 year vision. Now let's just look. Let's put what's happened over the past 2 weeks aside, and let's look at the draft picks that we've made. Let's look at what's happening to the cupboard on up through the minors and the folks that these guys are able to call up. Markey, who would have ever guessed Markey was going to step in and be such an influence? You bring a McDonald up last week, although he didn't really get a chance. He got to be here at the NHL level. So I would say my feelings are consistent that we are doing the things we do to make sure the pipeline is full of good young talent. And we are now in a position at the end of this year that if the opportunity comes to make a big splash in free agency or to have some assets as it relates to a trade that will get us there faster, we're ready and willing to do that. And we're all aligned around that. But absent the right trade, let's absent the right trade, let me leave it at that. We're going to continue to do what we're doing. And I could not be happier with the job that Danny, the job that Jonesy, the job that Tock and the coaching staff are doing. And I could not be happier with nothing's perfect. No player locker room's perfect, although ours is very strong. No situation on the business side is perfect. But the truth of the matter is, I'm very comfortable with the process that is underway. I swear I was never going to use that word process again.
I know.
Damn interview I used.
It's a tough word in this city, right?
That's why I said whatever word you want to use.
I hope that answers your question.
Sure does.
If we can expedite, we're going to expedite. If not, we're very comfortable to taking that extra year to get where we need to be.
Well, Dan, I know you got to run. I'm getting the evil eye.
Let's keep going.
Emily's giving us the eye.
I was told there was one more question.
We didn't get in trouble yet, you guys. Come on.
I know.
At your level, usually, you have to define things as a success and a failure, right? I could ask you, what would be a success, what would be a failure? If the past 2 weeks that you set aside, if that were to continue and it meant that, hey, playoffs didn't happen this year, is that a failure to you?
No.
Okay.
No, and I can say that. Look, the fan in me, I am dying to go to a playoff game. I'm dying to go to a playoff
same
game.
Here.
And of course, they say don't count your
chickens before they hatch.
Before they hatch. I was riding home in earlier in the season. I'm like all excited about. Yeah. But the truth of the matter is, these things take time. It's complex. It's a competitive league. I think in my heart of hearts that we're going to see improved play over the rest of the year. And I believe we're going to hang around the rim, excuse me for the basketball analogy, hang around the net of a playoff berth. But I can't guarantee that will happen. What I am happy about, the pieces are falling in place, as I indicated in the question that Ann answered around coaching, around management, making right decisions about draft picks, and that we're going to have the flexibility to go out there and be competitive. So I'll be as excited regardless of making the playoffs or not, but the fan in me wants to walk around here and just strut, being excited about our team.
Yep. Dan, all right. I know you got to run. You got to go.
I was going to tell you that story quick.
Oh, go
Talking to me, you were laughing.
Yeah.
So before every playoff game in 2000,
here we go.
I would literally take Craig Berube's stick, and we would tape a garbage can to it, like the little ones, tape a broom, the dustpan, and we'd put it on a stick and say, that's the only way you're allowed to carry the puck around the ice tonight. And by the way, you have a 1 second rule, Chief, with the puck. If it's on your stick, you got 1 second to get rid of it.
Isn't that the beauty of the hockey culture?
Yes.
These are people that just like each other. And for me, it's so fun to be around. And I probably would have been the butt of a lot of those jokes.
We were all butts, but that's what makes it. And me and talking still, that's 25 years ago. We're still talking about it. It's good stuff.
I just say the last thing, stick with us.
Yeah.
As hard as it gets sometimes, stick with us. Yeah. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, great stuff.
Dan, thank you. Enjoy the carnival. It's a great day.
Thanks, buddy.
Have fun out there.
Dan Hilferty.
I feel like Pierre McGuire saying, have fun out there. Yeah. You gotta have fun. So Talk was here.
I need to step away for 1 second.
Yeah?
Yeah. I got Grace from On Patterson is here. She just has a question for me.
I thought you were going to tell me that.
No.
We were. I thought somebody's in trouble. Nobody's in trouble?
No, nobody's in trouble.
Here he goes.
I'll be 1 minute.
Here we go. Anthony Bailing. What else is new? Buddy.
That was good. Dan's is a great guy.
Yeah.
And he really does care a lot, but I think it's important to get things put in perspective a little bit about where they are, and about that this is, what's another word for process? I hate that word too, especially in Philadelphia, because it's been the crux of the Sixers.
Yeah.
And but I think there's an understanding.
Their growth plan.
I like that better than process.
That sounds very corporate speak, but
yeah.
It's interesting. I mean,
get your ice cream yet?
Not yet.
Hey, Slinger.
Not yet.
What's up, Slinger?
There's Slinger right there.
Right there in the corner.
He's got the backdrop that Bundy uses on Snow The Goalie quite often, right? So, sorry. Go ahead, buddy.
It's even got the number 6 on it.
How about that?
Beautiful.
That's a thing of beauty.
Put that. I'll see that at Slinger's bar. Put that right behind that bar, huh?
Oh, it's going. That's where it's going.
Good stuff, buddy.
Get a jersey, but they're all game worn.
Great seeing you, pal.
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah.
There we go.
You know what? Go ahead, Russ. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, the interesting thing is, I think that just because Hilferty has to say certain things, and I think he believes certain things.
Yeah.
I don't think on the record he would want to say, listen, if this whole thing falls apart and we end up drafting in the lottery, it is what it is. I mean, there's the part of him, the fan part, that wants to make the playoffs. We all wanted to make the playoffs, right? Like, we all wanted to go cover a playoff team. It feels less and less likely it's going to happen this year. But, like,
It's going to be tough, yeah.
We felt ourselves falling into, it'd be really cool to finally get to cover a playoff team. It'll be interesting. He talked about free agency. Free agency is not an option, right? So then you do kind of, go to what he was saying about a trade. The idea there that they could try to make a big splashy trade is certainly interesting. And, like, they will have, if nothing else, they have that cap space that they could try to make something creative happen. We'll see. I mean, we're still a long ways off. There's still a good amount of games to be played. It's going to be a slog. We'll see. I mean, Tocchet seems to believe that it's going to turn around. I don't know if I do, but he does, and that's fine. And he's the head coach.
Yeah, but you have to believe. You have to believe. And you know what I mean? Listen, I mean, for the most part, if you go back to the first half of the year, I mean, there was a lot of good things that came from that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the wheels have come off in the last 3 weeks.
They have.
There's no other way around it. And everybody knows it. I mean, there's no way to dispel it or say it any other way around it. I mean, that skid has put the Flyers behind the 8 ball and making the playoffs.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what they end up doing here, too, because you could have the conversation about it's what, 3 games? 3 games left. 2 games left. Yesterday was
2 games.
2 games left before the Olympic break.
Washington and Ottawa, both home games.
So 2 games before the Olympic break, and then when they come back, is it like a week? I think after they come back is the trade deadline. It's somewhere around there, like a week and a half until the trade deadline. I'll be interested to see, like, based on how these 2 games go, does it change the trajectory of what they view as realistic, right? And will they ultimately make it a deal? I mean, it sounded like they didn't want to be sellers, right? And for a good chunk, first half of the season, maybe a little bit beyond it, it seemed like an inconceivable idea that they would sell. And at the same time, you do have to kind of weigh where they're at right now and the long-term future of the team. We'll get into this, I'm sure, this Wednesday.
The one good thing with this team is if there's somebody out there that's available to sign, they'll spend the money.
Yeah,
it's finding that guy. Like, you're talking about a guy like Anthony. He's talking about Panarin yesterday. We were just having 3 of us kind of spitting around talking about Panarin. But again, the Flyers don't have a problem paying him his ask. It's just a matter of finding a way to get him in here, right, Ant?
Yeah, I could talk about that a little bit if you want.
Yeah.
So I know that there was kind of a report. It was Elliot on 32 Thoughts. Elliot Friedman put out that, because there's a lot of conversation. What are the Rangers going to do with Artemi Panarin? There's several teams that are, considered to be hot on his trail. And he kind of threw out there that the Flyers are interested in Panarin. And everybody went nuts, like, on social media. I'm sure you saw it, right? I was like, whatever.
I don't know how that's...
So,
yeah.
I
think the Flyers are interested in anybody who's going to, be...
I looked into it.
Well, they have to be.
I
looked into it, and it's...
It just seems unlikely.
It's let me put it this way. It's an incredible long shot.
Yeah.
And first of all, they won't trade for him. They're not going to give up assets for a guy at his age.
And within the division.
Well, no, the Rangers are going to want a lot for him. Whoever, they're going to get something.
I'm saying you also don't want to trade assets to somebody within your division.
Correct. But they don't value him in the sense that they want to give up assets to get him.
Yeah.
They felt like if he got to market, then maybe they'd be interested. And from the numbers I keep hearing,
free agency, I mean, to be clear, not
trade
market.
Yeah. If you got to the free agent market, I'm hearing 4 years, $50 million is what he's looking for.
Yep, that's what he's looking for. I've read that multiple times.
Yeah, 4 years, $50 million. I think the Flyers would pay that if he got there, but they don't believe he's going to get there. They think that wherever he gets traded here at the deadline, he's going to sign an extension. Okay. And from what I understand from outside the organization, this is not something from the Flyers. Is that his agent wants him to sign an extension because he doesn't want him to play a rigorous playoff and then run the risk of injury going into his free agent year.
Oh, right.
Right. So it'd be different if he was being traded to a team where you're just playing out the string and then, then you sign that, contract and whatever. But he doesn't want to put that at risk. So that's kind of what you're looking at. So Panarin, are the Flyers interested, as Elliot said? Yeah, but not anything that anybody should get all excited about.
And they do have kind of, like, just so people can kind of get peeked at it a little bit or look into it. Panarin's father-in-law works for the Flyers.
He does.
He works with Mishkov.
Yeah, he works with Mishkov all the time, which is an interesting thing. And I think that I think that means that Panarin probably has a little bit better idea that, what the Flyers' interest is, and maybe has an idea of like what the people are like, the players are like that would be here. But I don't necessarily think that it's going to come to even come close to being a possibility. I think that wherever he gets traded, he's going to sign an extension, and that's where he's going to be for the next few years.
I heard today there's a rumor going around. I just saw on Twitter this morning, or X, whatever you want to call it, that it could there could be a trade for him in the next 48 hours. Like the Rangers don't want this to go on past the Olympic break.
They pulled him out of the lineup.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's just, here's the thing, okay? Like, he's another wing.
Of course.
And I get it that you want to have somebody who can theoretically make your team better. He's tied for 20th in the league in points. Like, that's great. And like, would he be a market improvement over some of the guys they have? Sure. But, so say you're like $12.5 million a year or whatever it is over a 4-year contract or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that a good investment of resources, or is that just you're willing to spend what the guy wants because you have the cap space? And see, that's where I think you start to run into that little bit of a risk where just because you have the cap, just because you have the available money, doesn't mean you burn it right away. I'm very skeptical, one, that he would be interested in coming here, and two, I'd be skeptical about like the long-term investment of having him come here. I could be wrong. Maybe he would be great, but he's 34.
Yeah.
Is he 34?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, if this were Timmy Panarin at like age 30, 31,
I actually did not realize he was 34.
Yeah, and then I'd be like, yeah, sure. Like that could be great. He could be an 85, 90-ish point player for you. He can play on your top line. Great. He's 34. So, it almost feels like I don't want to say desperation. Desperation sounds really pathetic and sad. But if you were to go and give him that contract at that age, at that position, that's not a position of need necessarily, I would wonder if that's, we couldn't, free agency didn't come together. The top free agents are gone. I don't know. That to me would almost be like a panic move to sign him from where I'm at. It would make them better.
It would certainly make them better.
But I think it would seem panic-ish. 34. I thought he was 32.
I did too.
But he's 34.
I did too. Yeah,
I did confirm.
I did not realize. That changes the calculus a little bit.
Yeah. So, anyway.
He's high-end skill, though. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
This is a great crowd here, too. Hey, I actually wanted to bring this up, guys, while we have a moment here without any interviews. The Philadelphia community yesterday lost a dear soul.
Oh, man, this is sad.
Carl Henderson from Carl's Cards and Collectibles.
In Havertown.
In Havertown, passed away yesterday from heart complications. And it was sudden. It wasn't expected. And he is going to be sorely missed. Really one of the true great gentlemen in this area.
Yep.
And a kind, thoughtful, wonderful human being that we're all going to really miss. And I just wanted to make light of that today and just say, Carl, you're an amazing guy, and I'm sure going to miss you, buddy.
Yeah, that's a sad one. And I know, Russ, I know you didn't know Carl, but that place has always been. I used to go in there as a kid when I was collecting baseball cards and things like that, just to kind of get. And it became such a popular destination that anybody and everybody in this town was a who's who of signings there, and people. And it was this little card place in Delaware County, and he was a huge hockey fan. He always had Flyers out there.
He would have been here today.
Would have been here today.
Yeah.
Absolutely would have been here today. Just that awesome of a guy, and always was welcoming to anybody who walked into his store. And it was just...
He did a lot for a lot of older alumni in this community, that guys that didn't make a lot of money when they played.
Yeah.
He would set up something for like a couple $1,000s for them to come sign autographs, and he'd pay the guys. Like, just a generous human being.
Yeah. Just amazing.
Shame.
Just amazing.
Real shame, yeah.
So, sad day.
Hey, just to kind of update people on where things are at right now, we showed this a little bit earlier on in the show. So our first two guests of the day have been here. We've had conversations. If you missed it, you can certainly go back on YouTube, Facebook or X, and scrub back to them. But, of course, we also have Wayne Simmonds coming up, Keith Jones, Cindy Stutman, Todd Reirden, Jim Jackson, Brian Boucher. It is a loaded program, and we are a half hour away from intern Andrew.
Well, intern Andrew, why don't you hop over onto the mic real quick? Come over here just for a second.
You're gonna make him walk in front of the camera.
Well, he's going to have to do it eventually. He can walk around. He can walk out there and around. Gosh. He He doesn't have to.
You
climb
can walk in front of the camera, Andrew.
Whatever.
Just don't trip any wires.
Yeah, well, that's the concern.
That's the
what
concern.
Russ is worried about.
You're damn right I am. Oh boy.
There we
All
go.
right, there we go.
There
Hey
we
guys,
go.
look at it.
Yeah. So Andrew, what's this? You excited for this opportunity?
Here's the best way that I can describe it.
Yeah.
It's like when you're waiting in the waiting room at the dentist office, and you're like, "I've been dreading this for weeks. Let's just get this over with." So I'm ready. Just hit me with everything you have, and I'm just gonna suck it up and do this.
Wait till like 8 kids come and just smack that button.
It's all I dreamt about last night.
Yeah.
That's what's
what's going to
happen.
Dreamt about kids.
You're in there for what? 15 minutes?
I don't know. Until
It might be a half hour.
Until they tell me I'm allowed to leave.
I think each.
I think I was in there for a half
You bring
hour.
your bathing suit?
Well,
I
here's
think
the
it's
thing.
under my pants right now.
So
yeah.
each outlet,
Are
I
you going to
think.
strip down on camera?
No.
All right.
I think each outlet gets a half hour, and so like different outlets are having like so and so's getting in for 10 minutes, and then this person's for 10 minutes, this person's for 10 minutes. We decided to just send Andrew, so I think he has to sit the entire half hour.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fine.
Yeah,
It's totally fine.
and I think Russ, are you going down there to video this?
I can neither confirm nor deny whether I'm going to go check out intern Andrew the Dunk.
Yeah,
I did video him last year on the potato cam, but
I have a not potato cam. So
Yes.
we will find out.
I'll be in 4K.
We'll find out around 12:15. I kind of don't want to get there when intern is like pre-dunked. I want him to look like a drowned rat before.
I'm going to look like Jack Dawson by the end of this.
So let me ask you this: Are you going to be chirping the people as they throw at you?
I don't know.
Or are you going to just sit there quietly?
I don't know.
I want superfan Eric to go down there and dunk intern Andrew into the.
I'm
into
sure
the
that'll
tank.
happen.
Yeah,
I think he needs to go down there and just slam the button.
I don't want to. Maybe chirping them would like motivate them though. So I don't know if I want to do that.
Now it throws them off their game.
Okay.
I chirped everybody last
I try to
year.
get in their dome.
yeah.
I only had one person legitimately hit the target. The rest were little kids who ran up
It was
and hit
more
the
than
button.
one, but it was only like three
Yeah.
or four.
Yeah.
But
I might have hit my head on.
just,
I might have hit my head on
I'm
the board.
ready
Maybe
for
I had a
everyone to
concussion.
just cheat.
It's going to be funny, Andrew.
Everyone's
Seeing you in
gonna
there.
cheat.
We're going to
Yeah.
love it.
Poor kid.
And the water should be real nice and
Yeah. Clean.
yeah.
At least
That's
you
gonna
got
be
a
so
nice,
gross.
Your
That's
hair's
gonna
going
be
to get
so
nice
nasty.
and wet.
That's- yeah.
Did you like that thing I sent you last night with that boxer getting his toupee knocked off his head?
Oh, yeah, that was funny.
You know
That
what? We'll
was
find out.
unbelievable.
We're going to find out whether or not that's real lettuce up top. There
No, it's
for-
real.
for
It's
intern.
real. I can confirm that it is
All right.
real.
So just so you know, Andrew, it is now 11:48.
yeah, I
You're
think
supposed to be in at 12:15. They want you there by 12:10. So if you want, you should go in now because you got to go into the NBA 1 locker room down there.
You got to strip down.
Yeah.
I have my bathing suit on already.
No, but
it's
you
under
got
my pants.
where are you leaving your stuff? You got to leave it in the locker room. So you got to go in the locker room.
I didn't do that last year. I did not go into the locker
you
room
just
last
drop
year.
it behind the tank.
And then it gets soaking wet.
Not if
When
No,
you
it
get down,
doesn't.
when you get down there, they'll show you where to put your
You
stuff.
do what you want to do.
I'm going to.
You do what you want to do.
I do whatever.
I recommend going.
What is the splash radius?
I
It's
recommend.
big. It's
No
significantly.
way.
It's
Just
significant.
watch your feet, though.
When
like
I
the toe.
when I
with the
when I
toe,
tell
yeah.
you when I tell you that the water is going to hit the bleachers behind, it's going to hit the bleachers behind.
Yeah.
On ground level.
I'll put it in the hallway then. There's good security here.
There's the locker is right there. It's like right. It's
It's gonna be
right
fine.
behind
He's an adult. He can figure it out.
So go get going. Get down there. Get yourself
Wow,
ready.
he's
prepare,
skedaddling you away. How
and
does
then,
that make you feel?
and then come back.
Are you kicking me out now?
I think he
No,
is.
I'm telling you, you should get
Kicking
down
you
there.
out
It's
would be turning.
11:50.
Kicking
Yeah, you
you
got
out
to go
would be
take the
turning off your
elevator
microphone.
down. Well, you know how the
know?
elevator works in this building.
If your microphone were to get shut off, then that's kicking you out.
No, he took.
You turned them off, didn't you?
I would never do such a thing.
Never do such a thing. Oh man.
We wish our best to intern Andrew.
Good luck, my friend.
Oh, hey, predictions. How many times does intern get dunked?
Over under. I have it.
Over under 7.5.
Oh, over.
You think so?
Over. So
You gotta
he's in it for a
remember,
half
though,
hour.
He could delay. He could delay putting the thing back
Video
up.
guy Amadeus saying 10.
Amadeus says 10.
Yeah.
All right.
Video guy Amadeus says 10. I think it's over 7.5.
I think
what?
it's- How many
Over
times
under
he
how
ends
many
up in
times
the
he
tank?
gets dunked.
Oh, it's well over 7.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Anybody want to take the under? You can let us know in the comments.
Look at him. He looks so depressed right now.
Yeah, he's
Look at him. He just looks beat already. He looks defeated.
He looks got his own towel. He's got his own towel.
He brought a towel?
He brought his own towel.
Goes again. He's doing the dunk tank.
Andrew, you have a Speedo?
Little banana hammock. No,
Oh,
we
this
could have.
poor
We should have
kid.
printed him a Snow the Goalie bathing suit.
I tried to tell you guys this. So Greg Bondarenko says $16 dunks for Anderson.
16 dunks seems like a lot.
That is a lot.
No,
in a half hour.
I think that might be the number.
That's
right
too high.
around there.
That's too high.
In 30
Guys,
minutes?
Guys, you can waste time in between.
Climbing back up.
Back up. I
Yeah.
told you what happened last year. I think I did a full half hour. I'm 99% sure I did a half hour.
I think you did.
And some people only did 15 minutes. I did a half hour. The lady who was in after me, I went into the locker room. I got cleaned up. I got warmed up. I came out. She was still sitting on the board 15 minutes into her shift or 10 minutes into her shift. I might be exaggerating. It was at least 10. It might have been 15. She was dry. And I was like, what the bleep is this? Like, I was getting dunked from the second it started.
You know what it is?
And you know what it was? She goes, they're putting warm water in for me.
No, you know what I think it really was?
No, that's what it was.
I think more people were more excited to actually dunk you than they were her.
Fair point. But no, they had a warm water hose going in. Like, they had a warm water thing going in.
Yeah.
Because the water was so chill. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. She's got to come back this year and do an hour. She's got to do an hour penance into an ice bath.
They used to put us in wetsuits.
Really?
When I was younger, my first year, I went in the dunk tank and I had a wetsuit on. And I remember the water not being overly warm either.
No, it's not.
Players don't do it anymore, right?
Yeah.
No, they're not allowed.
That board whacked me on the back a few times.
I'm pretty sure that's in their contracts now.
Okay.
They can't
No
do
dunk tank.
Can't do stuff like that.
A lot of things are fine. Dunk tank, not so much.
Dunk tank, yeah.
So
can't do it.
All right.
Well, you saw how it's not. It hurts.
It does.
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's not a fun. I mean, it's not a fun feeling. Now, did we knowingly send intern Andrew into the dunk tank to get injured?
No,
we would never do such a thing.
No,
can't wait to.
Did
talk
we send him in there to get soaking wet?
Yes,
we did. Yeah,
Can't wait to hear him come back out.
I can't. There goes a balloon. Oh no!
Someone popped the carnival balloon.
Hey, by the way, right over to our left, which is there's a really cool thing. And
Torts is over there with dogs. That was last year.
Franny Drummond, who is the guy who does all of the goalie masks, like designs the goalie masks.
Yep.
He's got all his goalie masks over there. I was talking to him beforehand, and actually, Dan Vladar came up just before we came on the air, and he had not seen it. It was the first time he'd seen his Olympic goalie mask. It's over there for Czechia. So it's really cool. And he said that if we want to bring him on, he'll bring the mask over for.
That's cool.
Yeah, we should absolutely get.
Yeah. Let me go over and grab him and see if we can bring it on. So we have a couple minutes, right?
They got a nice line.
No, they don't. This line is.
Who's our next guest?
I don't know.
Do you even know?
I'll pull it up.
I think it's Simmer is our next guest, right?
Is he set for 12? I think. Something like that.
I think it's Wayne Simmonds is our next guest.
I mean, Ann, if you want to go,
yeah, I'll grab him.
Look, that Aunt keeps being the one who wants to get up and walk.
Well,
away.
Do you know Franny? If you want to go ask,
I don't need to know Franny.
Right, then I do.
Yo,
so
Fran, how you doing?
Let me go grab him real quick. He's right here.
You want to show us a mask? You want to come on over and show us a mask?
Bundy, is that one thing that I don't know? Goalies get to have fun with their masks. They get to do stuff that means something to them.
Yeah.
As a player, did you ever go, it actually would be kind of cool if as a player you could do something similar with your helmet?
Yeah, I mean, look at Europe. They put stuff all over guys' helmets.
Yeah.
In those European leagues. The advertising is unbelievable. I mean, I guess it would have been fun if you could do something, but I mean, you want to be in unison with your team. You don't want to look like a bunch of clowns.
Yeah.
Where you have all kinds of stuff that you personally put on your helmet.
Yeah. But maybe on the back, like the back panel-ish kind of area,
Yeah. I think it's pretty cool, though, that goalies get to do that.
Yeah. I think it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if we would ever. So the one thing that you don't want to see is what happens in Europe, where it's just a million advertisements on each helmet. Oh, here we go. Look at this.
What's up, Chris?
This is a thing of beauty.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
Check this out.
Go ahead, throw the headphones on.
Lottie's mask.
I just put it here because it put it in the middle, but
that is a thing of beauty.
Thank you.
That.
Look at that.
So this is Franny Drummond from Paint Zoo, right?
Correct.
Yeah, Paint Zoo Studios, and he does most of a lot of goalie masks in the NHL. But you just did, and we wanted to bring this one on. That's for Dan Vladar for the Olympics.
That's the official one he'll wear.
This is the official one.
Okay.
He actually
Holy
stopped
smokes.
by real quick just before he went up to sign.
Yeah.
Just to check it out.
So how long does something like that take to paint and to produce and to get ready?
Usually about 2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay.
Yeah, give or take. It depends on like we've done Markstrom.
Yeah.
And Markstrom's very elaborate with a lot of his paint jobs. So give or take 3 weeks.
Okay.
That's pretty
So
intense.
when did you get the order? After he made the Olympic team?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And then Bauer sends us the mask.
Yeah.
And then we had a really, really, really elaborate mask Like we were doing lions on the side with
Yep.
lightning, and the Olympic Committee wouldn't do it. So
Really?
we had to kind of go with simple.
Okay.
Like we did this year, we get to do. We did the Czech.
Yep.
We're doing Sweden for Markstrom.
Yep.
And we're doing Akira Schmid for Switzerland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Do you have, when you're submitting it to the Olympics for approval?
Yep.
Is it like submit kind of like the storyboard aspects before you like go and paint it, right? Like it.
Yeah, because
Okay.
things change so much.
Sure.
Especially too with when we do like a regular mask. So
Yeah, hold it
like
again, just-
like Brian Boucher or someone like that, we always try to give them like an idea of what it looks like before we paint it. Because things do change a lot, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. We kind of took the checkers. It's like ghost checkers off of their, the tops of their jerseys.
Right.
Because Dan likes a mohawk down the center a lot. If you notice on a lot of his masks have that.
Yeah.
And then we kind of just took the logos on each side from the jersey and put them real big on the sides.
Do
Really
I
cool.
see names on the back?
Yeah, those are his equipment guys.
That's really cool.
But we are not sure if we're allowed to do that.
Okay.
So he told me yesterday that if we aren't, he'll just put tape over it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bundy, flip that around really quick. I think that's such a cool thing to do too.
Yeah.
Like that's paying homage to the equipment team. Like that's really cool. You might not be able to see it on camera as much, but on one of the back panels there,
Yeah.
it's got the names of the equipment.
I always like
cool
the
personal
back.
touch.
I always like the backs of the helmets. I always check them out, right? Like you got to really enjoy it because that's like where all the Easter eggs really are, right?
It really is. It's actually the true helmet if you think about it,
Yeah.
because it's all personal. It's family. It's symbols that like on Dan's helmet has the little buddy guys on the back.
Yeah.
And I asked him, he's like, "Oh, I just love the buddy guys." It was something with the check, that he has always had on all his masks. And I was like, I was curious,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they give me certain things. He's got like his favorite soccer team on the back of his mask, like a symbol of it.
Yeah.
So if you like really look at the backplate, it's very personal to all the goalies.
Yeah, you have a couple of his masks over there, but the other one that you have over there, which is people have probably seen before, but was one of the better ones. It was an awesome one. Steve Mason, right, when he had all his teammates as zombies on his mask.
Yeah, that one was a curious one because I remember at that time he came from Columbus, and we were trying to figure out what we would want to do Philly. And even like with Ladar this year, he came to Philadelphia from Calgary. So we were trying to figure out like, what do we do? What do you want? So we went with some history on his mask this year. But with Mason, he was so into The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
So he's like, dude, make everybody zombies. And I'm like, like, am I going to make Simmer a zombie? Like, I don't want to deal with Simmer. Right? Like, so it was kind of like, that's kind of where it came from. And it just kind of stemmed from there.
Pretty cool.
I actually think I made, Giroux, and I made a bunch of guys zombies, even the equipment guys.
How many masks do you think that you've made for NHL goalies over the years? Because you've been doing this for a long time now.
Yeah, since 2008, I think.
Yeah.
About. So, with the Flyers, we've done like Boucher and Bob and Briz. That was a wild one. A lot.
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah. And it's such an honor. I mean, I was a goalie. So I always used to do college. And I met Derek, at one of the Cote Carnivals. And I did a panel of him and Dave Schultz kind of squaring up with the Rocky scene. He's like, "Hey, do you do hockey masks?" And that's kind of where it came from.
That's crazy.
Derek and Riley kind of got me into doing it, and it's Philadelphia,
right? But it's so much more than that now because you do guys from around the league.
Yeah,
it's not just the Philadelphia guys.
Yes,
very cool.
Yeah, so Chris, people talk. So
right.
if like some guys on a certain team will say, "Hey, use my guy, use this guy," and that's kind of, and it also stems from the equipment guys too that really recommend you and having great rapport with them guys. And obviously you have to do the work.
Right.
So,
Have you ever had a guy ask you for something and you're like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that"?
Yes.
Really?
Is that right? Huh?
Yes. Yes.
NHL level or somewhere else?
NHL level for sure. There's certain things that I know that we can get away with and that we can't get away with.
Without divulging the player,
I would say like there's some with like pinup girls and stuff that you'd like to, not do, even though it's nostalgic, it's old school.
Yeah.
But you can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty cool. How many of them I'm sure you have a team of people now, right? It's not just you.
Just me.
Oh, it is just you.
Still just you.
Wow.
Still.
So you do the artwork and everything on it.
Everything.
Wow.
And
That's unbelievable.
I also do the Army Navy game.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we do 282 helmets for Navy.
Holy smokes!
Wow.
So basically,
And they were cool. I
Thank
remember
you.
seeing them. Yeah, they were
I don't
really cool.
leave the shop much. Kinda.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
hey, Franny, I got to kick you out because here comes Simmer.
Oh, I'm out anyway.
Yeah. All right. But
Thank
thank
you
you so much for
Thank you
stopping
so
by.
much, guys.
Yeah.
I
Paint Zoo
appreciate
Studios. Franny Drummond, one of the best.
Fantastic.
One of the best.
That's next level
I'm
stuff.
out, dude. I'm out.
How about that?
How about that? Pretty cool, right?
That it's we always say that you never know who's going to pop on the show.
Yeah.
And like we definitely had no idea that he was going to be so close today.
Yeah, yeah.
And we got. I mean, that's kind of an exclusive, right? That
Yeah.
we first look at
the
Vladar's
his
Olympic mask. Very, very cool.
Very cool.
All right, coming on to the show now. How many times has Simmer been on here? Three
This is
times.
the third. I think this is his third.
We got the
Third
great Wayne Simmonds joining us. Simmer, welcome to the show, buddy.
Thanks for having me, you guys. How you
Awesome
doing?
to see you, man. Everything good?
Yeah, everything's great. We just actually had our first child. So,
Congrats!
There we go.
Congrats!
Way to go,
it's
Simmer.
been a busy 3 years since I've retired. I've
Yeah.
had 2 kids in the last 3 years. So,
Good for you.
yeah, we're working.
Yeah,
awesome.
good for you. Good for you.
That's
Good
great
for you.
stuff.
Thank you.
You must love coming to this event.
I love it. Love it.
Like it's
Great.
one of the marquee events. Like you don't get to see this that often. I mean, you've been around the NHL, but you've traveled elsewhere as well. Even in sports, I mean, every team's got some kind of charitable thing, and it's
Not
great
like
that they
this,
do, but
though.
nothing
Isn't
like
this
this,
one of
right?
the biggest in North America running,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's like, I think it's been like, I don't know how many years we've been doing the Flyers charity, but I've been a part of it for, I want to say, I played here for 8 years. Been back for the last 2, so 10 years total for me, right? So
Yeah.
it's amazing. We have the best fans in Philadelphia, and they show out in spades every single time.
And it's amazing because, I know the team had a good start to the year. They've had some hiccups the last 3 weeks, but the fans still come out in unison for the team.
Every time. It's amazing. Like I was telling, I brought my family again this year.
Yeah.
And we brought our friends, and I was telling them, because they have 2 little girls, they're the same age as our 2 oldest daughters. And I'm like, you guys got to come. I'm like, you guys have to bring the kids. And then they got here, and we were at the game yesterday, and they're like, holy cow. I'm like, wait until you see tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is the game. I'm like, the main event is going to be the wives' charity tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm like, so it's amazing. Every single time. It never ceases to amaze me how the Flyers fans turn out.
It's pretty great. One thing I wanted to ask you about, obviously, I know you keep an eye on the team and how they're doing. Obviously, they're kind of going through a bit of a struggle here. The last 13 games have been kind of tough. If you could walk into that locker room today and talk to the team, what kind of wisdom would you impart on them on how to deal with the pressure and the stress of being in a rut like this?
It's tough because I think when this happens, guys get their heads down and, they think less of themselves when they shouldn't. They've had, a great first half of the season. From my perspective, I think, I don't think a lot of people were thinking, that the Flyers would be where they were at this point this year, right?
Right.
So, like, the expectations I know internally, as a player, they're probably a lot higher than what people think on the outside because, like, you have faith in each other, and you can tell that this is a tight-knit group. They battle for each other every single night. And, I would honestly just say keep your head high. You might not be where you want to be, but you're within striking distance, right? And that's all you can ever hope for is just to get into the playoffs, and then anything can happen, right? So it's like keep your head high, never hang your head, and, just continue to battle for one another. And, whether as long as you're all doing the same thing and you're working for one another, generally good things happen.
One of the things that Toc brought up, and he said that, and it's everything you just said, but that, as tight as this team is, they all really like each other a lot, love each other a lot. One thing that he almost wishes that they did a little bit more is, hold each other accountable out loud. How hard is it to get to that point? Like, if you obviously everybody loves each other and you all get along, you're all friends. Like, how hard is it to get to that point where you feel comfortable doing that in a locker room?
I think it's different individuals, obviously, that do that type of thing on the team, right? So it's for me, that's part of it, right? It's like you can't be on a team and expect not to be talked to a certain way, especially if you guys are striving for the same thing, right?
Right.
You're gonna have fights. You're gonna have battles. You guys are brothers, right? Like I grew up with 4 brothers. It doesn't matter. Like you're fighting, you're scrapping, you're clawing, but at the end of the day, you want the best for each other, right?
Yeah.
So ultimately, it's to me, it's just like things just have to be said. They have to be said. They have to be done. And you can't feel bad about it. You're a professional athlete. You play in the NHL. Like, you can't feel bad about yourself.
Right.
You're literally top 1% in the world. Right. It is what it is. You say what you have to say, and you keep it moving. And you can't like take it as it's critical because it's more constructive than anything.
Yeah. That's the hardest part, Simmer, when a team and the individuals on that team lose their confidence. What do you feel is the best way to get that back?
Oh, it's tough. I think you got to keep it simple, right? It's just like go back to fundamentals. You keep it simple. It's so cliche, but it's
true.
It's
You're
so
right.
True, right?
Yeah.
It's just like you keep it simple. You play the right way, and then the skill shines through. When you're trying to play a skill-based game, and you kind of just play outside of yourself, and you're not doing the right things, right? But when you keep things simple, the skill shines through because you use it in the right moments. It's not like you're trying to use it every time. You got to be smart. You got to use your brain at the same time, right? Like sometimes you don't always have to go through a guy's triangle. Sometimes you can put it 2 feet this way and skate around him instead of trying to dangle a guy, right? It's just, I don't know. That's just my thought process. That's just how I worked when I was a player.
Are you still watching games up in the OHL up there?
Yeah.
What are you seeing? Anything? You seen anything that's worth reporting to the public?
I'll keep my notes to myself, but I'm doing draft eligible guys. Right?
Oh, are you?
So,
okay, all right.
So I don't see a whole ton of our guys. Like I've seen Judd a few times, I've seen Jack a few times, but for the most part, I'm just doing draft eligible guys.
Okay.
So it's there's some good players out there, that's for sure.
It's going to be a good draft this year, you think?
You know,
it's some talent in that draft.
Yeah. So for me, it's different because I'm also learning. I'm learning as well, right?
Right.
So for me, it's trying to think about, where you're going to project the guys. Like, honestly, I could watch an NHL game and like be a pro scout probably way easier than it needs to be an amateur scout because it's so hard to be able to tell where a guy is going to finish his career. Or like what he's going to do. Like for instance, like I think I was 61st overall pick, right? Like probably no one ever thought I was going to play 1,000 games. So it's just hard to predict where a guy is going to be. So I'm learning the whole aspect of amateur scouting right now, and there's guys that I may think that are great, that may not be. There's guys that I may think stink, but they're going to be great players and play 1,000 games. So. For me, it's still a learning process.
So do you then also, I guess, like when World Junior happens, right?
Yeah.
And some of the guys that you've been watching, and they end up playing over there as well. Have you seen it? I'm not asking for specific names, but have you had guys where you're watching in the OHL and you're like, I'm not sure, and then they go play World Junior and you're like, all right, totally different.
Yeah, 100%.
How much do you put into something like World Junior versus OHL? Because there's like more of a spotlight. It feels like on the national.
Like honestly, it's. So, I'll give you, and it's an easy one. Toss up McKenna.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's in college, but he's playing against 22, 23, 24-year-old players, right? So people are saying now, like, oh, he's not doing what he should be doing, and blah, blah, blah. He goes back to World Juniors, he has 14 points in 7 games.
Yep.
Right? He's playing against his age.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, you have to measure guys, I think, more so against, like, their age categories, as opposed to, like the kid's playing college. He's 17. He's barely 17 years old, and he's playing college. Right? Like it's not even like, and he's still doing pretty well.
Right.
So it's just like, I'm starting to learn like the draft class is what you measure them against, as opposed to, let's say the 20-year-old or whatever, the 22-year-old that they're actually playing against, because that kid's a man. Like he's playing against a 22-year-old man. He's not playing against a 16-year-old anymore like he was playing in junior. It's just, like I said, it's a learning process for me, and I'm starting to put it together.
Last question for me, Simmer. When you're out there doing this and you're watching these kids, do you find it that you're watching for things that you never were watching for when you watched hockey before, like little things about?
Yeah, 100%.
It's weird, right?
It's like I'm a pretty process-oriented guy, especially when it comes to that's just my. If I wasn't good in the simple areas, I don't think I ever would have played as long as I did. So that's kind of what I watch for. I watch for the type of things that like are going to make you a pro and make you a good pro. But then there's like, you see some of these guys and it's just like the skill is like just out of this world nowadays.
Right.
Like, but at the same time, you can't just skill your way into everything. You have to have those little details. So I think that's for the most part what I look for. You obviously look for the skill. But then you look for a guy who you think is going to be a good pro that does the little things right. Even like things as simple as like changing, like getting to the bench and not leaving your teammates out to hang, and like actually like caring about like just like the smallest minute details. So
it's funny that's what you have to look for, right? Like you never think about that as a player, because as a player you're just so concentrated. It's like you got blinders on, right? But now to see a bigger picture of an athlete, and it's like, oh yeah, that's interesting, right?
What's the biggest thing you've seen, Simmer, from your days playing? Like, say the last 20 years, is it the skill, is it the speed of the player that's changing the most?
It's like, honestly, I feel like when I came up, it was just like everything was harped on was like straight line speed.
Yes.
And now it's lateral movement.
Yes.
Right? It's like you watch these guys play, and it's not that they're the fastest in the straight line, but the way they can get left to right is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And still possess the puck and still have their head on a swivel and make plays. Like some guys, honest to God, I swear to God, I'm just like, holy cow, I'm happy I'm not playing right now.
Some nights I say the same thing. I'm glad I'm not defending out there anymore.
It's like I'd be trying to run a guy through the boards, and I'd probably end up like through the glass with my head, and the guy's like gone that way for sure. They're just like the skating, like just the technicality of everything that they do. I was taught to skate forward,
right?
Not backwards, not sideways, whatever. I'm going forward full steam. And now guys are like, they're on their tippy toes and they're going left, right, back, this way, that way. So it's fun to watch. It's been really fun to watch.
Awesome. Well, Wayne Simmonds, we love having you on the show.
Yeah, great.
By the way, the fans love seeing you too, and love hearing from you, because this comment section, I'll tell you, very up and down. But when you're here, and it is largely unanimously positive.
One of the truly, truly beloved players in Flyers.
Yes,
100%.
No, I'm completely honored. I'm honored.
Yeah,
I always am. And CC's, like I said, it's crazy. I walk around here, I see the Simmonds jersey still, and it's like, I haven't been here for a while. Like I think I got traded in 2019, right? So it's been 7 years since I played hockey here. So it's
proves you made an impact.
Yeah, it's pretty special.
Yeah, you left a mark here for sure, Simmer.
That's cool.
Absolutely.
That's really cool. Really cool. Thank you again, my friend. Have a great day.
Congrats on the kids. That's good stuff.
Thank you very much.
You got your hands full doing that too. You're gonna get your own hockey team together, Simmer.
You
have your own squad someday.
I gotta go visit a doctor soon.
I did it.
Yeah.
I did it.
That's my next step.
Attaboy. Wade Simmonds, thank you so much, my friend.
Frozen carrots, Simmer.
I've heard about it.
Good stuff.
Thanks, buddy. Great seeing you.
Appreciate you.
All right, Wayne Simmonds. There we go. Things you didn't expect to talk about before the carnival. We're getting reproductive health. Great seeing you. Reproductive health. Suggestions from Bundy to Simmer. That's
Frozen
what it's all
peas
about.
and carrots. Simmer said it. That's it. I'm going to the doctor. I'm done.
The Wayne train does eventually have to stop.
The Wayne train is coming to the station.
I hope Video Amadeo clips that one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
good. Man.
Yeah, the Wayne train is coming to the station for a full stop.
It is funny to think about. Like, when you think about, like, legacy of a guy and the duration of time playing for a team and all that, like, if you asked 100 Flyers fans, what were your thoughts on Claude Giroux? Be largely positive, but there would still be a subset like, Jake Voracek, same thing. They all played at the same time.
Yeah.
I feel like if you asked 100 Flyers fans about Wayne Simmonds,
not one person will say a bad word about something.
I mean, it would take a lot.
Yeah.
It would take a lot.
Yeah.
And that's a really impressive.
Yeah, I think he was probably the most beloved player during that era.
That era.
Absolutely.
So.
100%. Yeah.
100%. We got another guest coming on here.
And he was a hell of a player. You almost wish that you could
he was a true warrior.
You wish you could clone two young Wayne Simmonds.
Yeah.
Add him to this team.
Yeah, they don't make a lot of Wayne Simmonds anymore.
They do not.
They don't.
They do not. Now, next up on the show, I just saw him. It's not Brad Shaw. Don't get confused. Maybe we'll have to say that to him when he gets on the show. But Keith Jones, president of Hockey Ops, he's walking. There he is.
What's up, pal?
There he is.
How are you, pal?
I was wondering. Good to see you.
Thanks for stopping by, Jonesy.
So
get your headset. There you go.
Yeah.
Good.
I don't know if you were aware of this from last year, but Brad Shaw was on the show last year.
Yeah.
And there were a bunch of people who, like, when he went to get off, they thought he was you.
It's funny. I know.
And so now this year
it's you.
It's you.
Yes. It's the real you.
Maybe. You never know.
How you feeling, pal? Doing all right?
I'm good.
Doing good?
I'm good.
You got to love this event every year.
It's fabulous.
It's nothing like it, right?
I know Bundy will remember your first.
Yeah.
Like you're shocked by it.
Yeah, stunned.
You started here, so you probably heard about it when you arrived.
Yeah.
But being traded here, not knowing what it was, and to get here and then take a look around and go, wow, there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
When you're signing, you didn't lift your head up for 2 hours.
Yeah,
you know?
Right.
And saying hi to people and meeting a lot of the Flyer fans. So I think for our young guys, this is awesome too, because they have a chance to realize and kind of refocus and get perspective on just how much it means to people every game.
Yes.
You know, so it's that's one thing I've always appreciated about this.
And not just the young guys, new players that you brought in who maybe are veterans in the league. Like it's the same thing for them because you don't have this everywhere.
You don't.
And so that's what makes it special.
I don't know if there's more than 2 or 3 teams in the league that actually would have something that's comparable to this.
Yeah.
It's rare.
Yeah.
This one's legendary, though.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And it's it's a tribute to everyone that's put in the time to make this thing right. All the volunteers, all the wives that have come through here. It's really a cool thing.
And I'm going to start asking you about your impressions of the team at this point, but I want to transition from the carnival to that. Does it impress you even more just how bought in like all these fans are? They're all here. They all want to meet the players, especially at a time when the team is struggling like it is.
Yeah, that's a great reminder just how many people care about the team.
Yeah.
And you should, as a player, take that as a message to yourself that, do better. Just that's how I would look at it when I was playing.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you drift away and you're worried about your own stuff and that you're not scoring, you're not doing this, and you forget to do all the little things that help the team win. So that's what I would do, and I'm sure you did the same, Chris. You're just trying to, especially when you're not playing well, you're trying to find ways that you can help the team get better, not necessarily your stats, although that helps, but you want to get out there and do the things that allow the team to be successful.
Is it your impression that that's what the team's going through right now? Like a little bit of that?
I think they got rattled after the 2 games with Tampa.
Yeah.
And had a tough time getting their footing after that. Now, those games were really disappointing. And so I think that can shake you as a player sometimes, but it shouldn't.
Right.
And you hope it doesn't. But, for the first 3 months of the season, we played really well. We won some games we probably shouldn't have. We didn't play a perfect game on many nights. And then when we got into this rut, we just haven't found a way to, consistently work our way out of it, with the exception of the road trip where, with the exception of the loss against Utah, we really strung together a few good games that you would hope would come back to a crowded Wells Fargo Center or Xfinity Center and try to get that corrected and keep that rolling. So it's been a disappointing last few games.
Is there any 1 or 2 things, Jones, that you've seen slide in the play of the game? Like structurally, the team I thought was so sound the first 3 months. Is that where you find the deficit right now?
Yeah, I think we've been really loose defensively.
Yeah,
I think we've had a lot of mismanagement with the puck, and I think we've lost our coverage at times too. So sometimes that's confidence. Sometimes it's you as an individual trying to do too much. And instead of just relying on the system that's in place. So I'm hoping that we get back to it quickly. Had signs of it in the last 2 periods of the previous game.
Yeah.
And that's when our team can be successful right now. That's what we have to be.
The number one question I think out there right now is first half of the season, look great, Vladar, incredible. Talk about that. The last few weeks they've been bad.
Yeah.
Right. People, I think, want to know on the whole. You got 2 games before the Olympic break, then there's a little bit of time, and then there's a trade deadline. It felt like all year this might be hey, if it makes sense, buy to help that potential playoff run.
Yeah.
If this were to continue, hypothetically, have you guys ruled out the option of, if there's a good deal to be made and we don't want to have to give up a guy, but like if it is for the long-term benefit of this team and becoming a cup contender, have you guys closed the door on potentially selling if it's a good deal?
No, we haven't closed the door on anything that's going to make us better in the future is still our priority. So, had they continued to play as well as they were, then you owe it to the players to make sure that you help them
continue to get themselves in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Now, that may change in the next 4 or 5 games that we play, but that's something that we have to monitor closely. And one thing Danny's always said, and I agree with him, is that the players will let you know. And if they're showing you that they're ready, you owe it to them to add and help. But if it's backed off and they're having struggles and it's not looking like you're going to, be in the playoffs or make any noise in the playoffs, then I think you have to, reassess. And if there's something that makes you better and makes sense, then you have to, be involved in those conversations.
What's that part of it like with it? It's hard. Your job, Danny's job, Tocc's job, they're all essentially tied to performance at the end of the day. How do you avoid what a lot of people would consider the phrase is hockey purgatory, where you're in that spot where you're either going to just make it, you're going to just miss it, you're not in that top 10 of the draft or the top 5 or whatever. How do you lock in on that idea, that long-term priority that all right, yeah, cool, we could maybe add, maybe you could go and trade valuable stuff and bring in a guy and maybe it helps get closer. How do you weigh that?
Yeah, that's the fine line. That is the fine line.
Yeah. Is that as hard as in your position as it would seem from the outside?
Yeah, it is difficult for sure because you don't want to let your own players down either. You want to give them something for the work that they put in. So it's a balancing act for sure. Nobody wants to be in the middle of the pack. We're not going to tank a game.
Sure.
We're going to put our players out there to win. Yeah. You have fans here. If somebody's bought a ticket to one game for the year, they're bringing their kid, and you got to play your heart out.
Sure.
And so that part won't change. Where that leaves us, I'm not sure. You look at the Islanders last year; they had a lot of good fortune in the lottery. And I think Utah had good fortune as well.
Yep.
So that's why the lottery system's in place to at least give you, if you've missed the playoffs, a realistic chance to try to move up a little bit, or you're going to get a good player. So, it is a balancing act for sure, and it's on our minds a lot.
I want to ask you the same question I asked Dan Hilferty when he was here earlier. Obviously, you've seen some games here in the last month or so where you've had good crowds.
Yeah.
Going back to the last game before Christmas against who was that? Was that Chicago? No, we were in Chicago. Whatever the game was before Vancouver. The Vancouver game. Yeah.
Yes.
It was a great crowd.
It was a Monday night.
It was a Monday night.
Yeah.
Great crowd. And then you had a great crowd for Anaheim. And I mentioned even the game against the Islanders with the weather as bad as it was, you still got about 12, 13,000 people who showed up for that game. So obviously people care again.
Yeah.
Right? And that's a good thing. You want that. But with that comes a harsher spotlight. Does that change in your mind? Does that change the direction that you feel that you need to go? Do you feel more of an impetus to do something sooner rather than later, or do you still say it's a longer? I don't want to use the word process, but it's a longer process.
Yeah, it takes time.
Yeah.
So again, if the players performed to the way the crowd performed, you'd be really happy and you'd have wins because the fans brought it.
Right.
And it was great to see. It's a good reminder to the guys that if you start to play meaningful games, this place fills up.
It does.
Yeah.
So, do your part to get us to that part. We're going to do everything we can to try to get the right pieces in place, but we're going to need everybody.
Right.
That's the way it is in this league today. Nobody's giving anything away.
Right.
So you have to earn it. You're going to have to be thoughtful. You're going to need a little bit of luck. You're going to need a lot of things to fall into place. But most importantly, you have to recognize how important every game you play is.
Right. So you don't feel an urgency to.
No, that doesn't change it.
Right.
But I appreciate it.
Right. For sure.
I want us to do well when this place is packed.
Yeah.
And when it's not packed, I want us to do well. So it is packed down the road. So
yeah.
Last thing.
Yep.
I think there's always a conflict. We even argue about it sometimes on the show. You're in conversations like this. You would know, obviously not asking for names.
Yeah.
But number one centers with number one defensemen don't usually become very available. Quinn Hughes was an exception to the rule. This year, Jack Eichel, there was the health thing years ago. How often do a number one center or a number one defenseman realistically, in your mind, become available? Sometimes the names probably don't get released to the public that maybe somebody's being shopped.
Yeah.
Is it more common than we see reported, or is it really as much of a struggle as it seems to try to get a team to part with a guy like that?
Yeah, it's not more common. It's there's a little more out there,
Yeah.
But the price is usually astronomical.
Sure.
Almost to the point of ridiculous. But that's when you have that asset, that's what you're going to ask for.
Sure.
So, yeah, it's you'd have to have a lot of things in place in order to make that happen, and that's one of the biggest challenges. And then with the salary cap increasing, and with the announcement that it was going to increase over a 3-year period, it gave every team the thought that they need to lock up their guys as quick as they can, because they use that money on their own and ended up, taking off 10 or 12 good players that would have had a bidding war for their services. So yeah, the landscape in that regard is changing too. So
does that kind of change the calculus for you guys?
It changes every team's calculus.
Yeah.
Because that's where it's headed right now. So it makes, your challenges that much greater, but you have to find a way.
Sure.
It's just like we did as players. You find a way, and you can't make excuses. You just got to keep hammering away and give it everything you got.
Last one from me, Jonesy. How excited are you about your young guys, specifically Porter Martone and the rise of Denver Barkey this year? Was that something that you guys had on your radar, that he would be up with your team at that point of the season and still be here producing?
He is he's a really good hockey player.
I love him,
with a great brain and a good motor, and he should play.
Yeah.
That's the way we looked at it. But when, we weren't sure because of, if you go back to 2 training camps ago, he was out for an exhibition game, and it looked like, wow, he's got a long way to go.
Yeah.
But it's incredible how much he made up for in a 2-year period, and now he's stronger and faster, and he's dedicated to being a great player. And that's, I know he's got a promising NHL career.
Yeah.
And he's done that on his own. That's the type of player he is. He loves hockey. He wants to be a player. So yeah, he's been awesome. Did I think he would arrive as quickly as he did? Probably not. I think we thought he'd be down there for a year.
Yeah.
We wanted him to marinate. And then every time we went to watch him play, he just played like a guy that was ready to play in the NHL. And he's come up here and he's looked the part so far. Porter Martone is very exciting to us. Just had a 6-point weekend.
Yeah. Game-winning goal, right?
Yeah, and big games too, right? Every game in the Big Ten is big. It's important, and he's a freshman, so it's encouraging. It's great to see the production there. He's been a real bright spot for sure.
Jonesy, I know you got to run, you got to do everything else, you got to go bounce around, and you have so many commitments. But thank you once again for stopping by.
Thank you, guys.
We really appreciate it.
Thanks for being here. Appreciate you guys.
Absolutely, absolutely, as always.
Good to catch up. Thank you, guys.
Can you sign that for us?
All right.
Thanks, Jonesy. Appreciate it.
Keith Jones, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
All right. So it is an ever evolving situation. I'm waiting on. There may be video coming in.
Oh, you sent video guy Amadeo down there?
There may be video coming in sooner than later of.
Thanks, Jonesy.
Thank
Great
you.
seeing you, buddy.
Of intern Andrew in
the
dunk tank.
I think we got Cindy though. Or no, she's walking away. Never mind.
I think she is next.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think she was.
We're getting a lot of people.
She's set for 12:30.
Are you in?
Us?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we got Cindy.
Woo, Cindy.
What's up, Cindy?
I'll tell you what, it's wild. I mean,
hi,
Cindy. This is
This is impressive.
You are pulling away from the pack.
how I like it.
There you go.
Like I drove in here today at 20 after 10. The lot was packed. The lines were packed. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was packed well before that. Too.
I'm
People
sure it
waiting to
was.
come in.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a great tradition. It's a great day.
It is. It's really something. And how much? I mean, you just see the amount of stuff that gets put into this. How much is this? It's a full year thing, right?
Oh, we'll start talking about it again like the end of the week. We'll decompress a little bit. We'll talk about what went well, what didn't go well, and we start planning for next year because next year's the 50th anniversary.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta nail it.
Yeah, we're gonna start it right away.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
When I saw you earlier, you were like, I think I did and then you were kind of like, yeah, I'm right there. And I was like, no, you got a few hours until you get the.
Don't tell my secrets.
I know. But how does it feel it's not really the middle, right? It's the middle of our show going, but how does it feel as you walk around and you start to see all of it coming to fruition? You see all the people coming into the building. Do you allow yourself to have a moment to go, all right, cool. Things are good.
It's more just not fully exhaling, but so far so good. We haven't had anything huge come up, and we have our team now has done this together for quite a few years, and troubleshoots really well, and this is a bear.
Yeah.
Like this is like
yes.
There was a Flyers game and a Sixers game here yesterday, and then look at it today.
And you were here for both.
I was.
Most people don't know Cindy used to work for the Sixers back
Really?
in 2001 with that team.
I did.
Yeah. So she was here for that event last night as well. So
I think people, though, every
No
year,
sleep.
like even Jonesy and Dan Hilferty on just talking about the carnival, even they still remain in awe of the fact that there's this many people that show up year after year after year, no matter how the team's doing. I mean, we would have liked, if you could have had it 3 weeks ago, you probably would have done that. But the team gets a hiccup, and it's still a great crowd out here.
Yeah, but you know what, too, Bundy? Like this is so much bigger than what's happening on the ice, too, right? This is all of us coming together for greater good of the community and doing good and using our platform to make good things happen. So while a win yesterday would have been nice, today is a great day.
It's a great day.
No, it absolutely is. And I wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about some of where the everything that, obviously you guys raise a lot of money with this event and other stuff throughout the year. Where does some of this stuff go? So fans know where some of this stuff goes to back into the community.
Yeah, so I can tell you right now what we're working on.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this before, I think, is a program we do called Building Hope for Kids, where we partner with an organization called Michael's Way. We have, with St. Christopher's Hospital, selected a family out in Oxford Circle, a young man battling cancer and his mother, and took their house down to the studs, redoing the house completely so it's a healthier space, a better space for him to fight his battle and live his life in. The wives are really involved. They're decorating the whole house. They're in teams by room, and they're completely from paint color to floors to furniture to all of it. Like, we're going to have a Move That Bus moment and reveal the new house on March 3rd.
Is there anything Flyers themed inside?
I'm sure there will be little
things,
little Easter eggs.
Because I remember a couple times you've done that through Michael's Way in that partnership where the redone a bedroom or redone a room in the house, and it's always had a little Flyer touch to it.
Yeah, I think we can't help but do that, right? But so that's one organization. We gave them $100,000 this year to be able to
awesome.
Put towards the construction of the house, plus all of the personal donations the wives are making. Ed Snyder Youth Hockey and Education obviously is a big one we support. We've given them $300,000 this year, and we work with a lot of local cancer organizations, a lot of local hockey organizations, to make sure that anybody that wants to play can play. We offer scholarships now through Flyers Charities to cover Learn to Play programs, registration, equipment, all of that, and we're starting to expand that. So we want any kid that's going to be able or want to play to be able to play. And we're building rinks. We're going to launch a rink in Gibbstown in the spring, which we just finished, and we're about to announce some new projects
over
that
New
we
Jersey.
did this year.
Gibbstown, New Jersey. Okay.
Yep.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. And I love that the players have kind of bought into the community as well. Like there's a lot more that these guys are doing that I'm not certain that people realize just how much these guys are doing out in the community, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not that hard to get them to do it either. They're great guys. I mean, I think really visible is all the stuff that Garnet Hathaway does for first responders, but even like stuff behind the scenes. I hope I'm not like betraying any confidence.
No.
But we did a fashion show for Michael's Way this year where the wives walked with with some of the kids. One of the kids passed away, and Taylor and Owen Tippett just made sure to track down the mom and say hello and hug her, and because they connected at the event. And we're building relationships with people and through the work we do too, and these guys are front and center with it.
That's awesome. That's
Great
awesome
stuff.
Well, Cindy, as always, you guys are doing an amazing job.
Yeah.
Thank
you deserve a ton of credit for this event year in and year out. And it just keeps getting better and better and better. And I know it's a full team of people. We can't talk to everybody here.
I
You're
know.
the only person we get to talk to about it. But let everyone know it is incredibly appreciated. And I say that not just by us, who we appreciate it, but I know that there are thousands of fans out there who just love this event year in and year out.
Cindy, I got a question for you. How many volunteers line up for this event?
Hundreds,
huh?
Hundreds.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
But I'll say, if I could just leave with this too.
Yeah.
I mean, we joke how many times I've done this show, but I really thank you, because that's you supporting and amplifying the work that we do, and that means a lot to us. So we appreciate it.
You're absolutely very welcome. I still have in a drawer somewhere at home my volunteer shirt from, I think, like 15 years ago, whatever year it was that we did it, and it was my favorite day. It was my favorite day.
But that's the coolest thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'll walk the concourse and people are showing me pictures when they were kids 20, 30 years ago. And like, this is a generational event.
It is. It was great.
It is. Yeah. It does. Yeah.
Always awesome. Always awesome. Well, thank you, Cindy
Thank
Stutman,
you.
as
Thanks,
always.
Cindy. Congratulations again on a great event.
Great event.
Thank you.
Great
Nice job,
event.
Cindy.
Thank you
All right,
much.
Cindy Stutman. Now, I have some breaking video.
All right, you got the
that we
video.
have to show.
Yeah.
I want to address something really quick. So, so far, we've had Tocchet, Hilferty, Jones, Wayne, Simmonds, Cindy. We still have Todd Reirden, assistant coach, coming on, Brian Boucher, Jim Jackson coming on.
Yes.
Yep.
I think that's the list until we do some roving.
Yes.
I wanted to point something out because I know that not everybody is able to watch from beginning to end. So I will encourage people to go back and check out the conversations we had earlier. There was a back and forth in the comments about were we going to ask tough questions of the people. I'm 95% sure I pissed off Tocchet when he was here. Go back and check that out. We asked some tough stuff to Hilferty. We asked some I think in an interesting way, Hilferty and Jones gave almost conflicting answers on the short term versus long term about adding versus remaining the course, which I find interesting. We said this at the onset of the show. If you were expecting blood and fire and brimstone, Kane is not coming down the Royal Rumble ramp.
Right.
With respect to the event, we're asking as critical and as tough of a question as we can, given the setup. I'm sure we will have those guys on again.
Yes.
In the not too distant future, where we can dive even further into it. But I think to this point, we've done about as respectful to the event as we can.
And I want to just say
we've
this,
also been
Russ.
asking stuff that isn't like,
hi guys, how nice is it to be in charge of a team in the NHL?
And I just want people to understand, like, all three of us talk to people in the organization regularly, right? We are asking these same questions that people want asked, just in a different setting.
My pleasure.
And sometimes it's the setting
No problem.
that dictates how the conversation could go.
Correct.
Right? Everybody that wants the blood wants it on camera.
2:30.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always have to be on
I had
camera.
to take a look
right?
at it.
But I
2:30,
I happen to
It's about
be
60 pounds
the guy
ago.
who's the most vocal in
Have a great one,
the
guys. Thanks.
direction or lack thereof or whatever, right? And so it would be hypocritical for me to sit here and be like,
Oh, everything's great. You know,
when we were asking,
No,
when
sure.
we were talking to Talk, pushed on the rigidity thing, and there was kind of like a little bit of fire in the eyes. That's part of our job too. I would not consider myself a journalist. You have been
Correct.
a journalist, but we still do have to ask certain questions. We still have to ask things that, maybe make guests slightly uncomfortable, and then we also have to kind of build things back up. And you talk about the event.
Yeah.
Right. Would I say that everything we do is perfect? No. Would I say that we tried to toe the line here today, give a little bit of balance? I think so.
Yeah, I agree.
I think we're doing it.
Can't go for the jugular. I mean,
No.
there's a lot of good things that have happened this year
Sure.
too.
Yes.
I actually do want to highlight that little gap between Hilferty and Jones here while we're waiting on our next guest.
Do you have the video or no?
I do.
Okay, all
but
right.
while we're on this topic real quick, Hilf made it sound a little bit more like, hey, if there's a move to be made on a big trade in the offseason, we're game on. When Jonesy was on a little bit ago, he didn't give like the opposite answer to that, but it was more of a
tempered.
Yeah.
It was a tempered response.
More of a we're keeping an eye on the longer view. He also did admit the thing that I think we've been pretty outspoken about. They clearly, 2026 free agency, they had circled. And Jonesy effectively said, with the cap going up and the knowledge that the cap was going up, it changes the calculus on free agency.
It was the first time. It was the first time that the NHL had ever since the salary cap was instituted, had ever announced multiple years at once how the cap was going to go up. You usually did not find out what the cap was going up to until the end of a regular season for the next year.
Yep.
So you didn't know. Then they just arbitrarily said, well, we've had a flat cap. That's the thing. I think that's the one thing that kind of gets lost in this whole conversation is that several of the last few years had been operated within a flat cap.
Yeah.
Right. It's kind of the one thing that's always put on the back burner that nobody talks about. Yeah. But he's just looking for.
He wants all three.
He wants all three of us to
to
sign it. Yeah. But I think it's one thing that's kind of forgotten about.
This guy in his career pushed Yager around.
Like no one else
This
did.
guy.
Like no one else did.
Flyers in history.
Yes.
And also, just one other thing is that you guys make excellent points, like therapy for Flyer fans. Is that should Flyers have a plan every 15 years to bring it down to the studs and try to go for the top 5 picks for like 5 years? I mean, that's that's my question to you guys. Every 15 years, when it's time to go down to the studs and get the elite talent, you go for it. Not now.
The problem is it's not like 1983 anymore when you have Mario Lemieux that was like you could tank, and then if you were last in the league, you'd get that pick.
Yeah.
It's not like that anymore. It's a lottery, right? Like even Keith Jones was talking to us about how the Islanders won the lottery last year when they weren't supposed to get the first pick, changed the fortunes of the franchise.
Exactly.
Right. But they didn't do that for that reason. They just got lucky.
Yeah. Maybe maybe one of these years, the hockey gods will smile upon the Flyers, and they will have.
I'll be right back, guys.
Their equivalent of the Islanders jump in the lottery. We will find out. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So,
but anyway, my point is that you're right. I mean, Jonesy bringing that up is the truth.
That's the first time that I think anybody kind of on the record has really kind of confirmed for better. Have a good one. For better or worse.
What are you doing, Andrew?
Where are you going? He dropped the cap.
Oh.
I think that, listen, and people, some are going to run with that in a super negative way. Oh, you put all your eggs into the free agent basket. People are going to complain about anything they want, right?
Anything and everything, yes.
But at least they are cognizant now, and that actually does potentially give you a little bit of hope that they are cognizant of the fact that the calculus on this has changed. The free agency element of the NHL for the next few years,
I think that
very likely could change.
I think you can kind of combine both answers and get a response of what it is. And it's that Jonesy saying, yes, the calculus has changed, and yes, we're going to have to find a different path. But then you hear Dan Hilferty say that, if that trade is there to be made in the offseason, we're going to make it. And I think that you can kind of combine the two and say, if it makes sense, if it's a player that's of the age that's with the right timeline, it's going to happen. Or they're going to try their damnedest to make it happen.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair thing to say. Check out this guy.
I want to make sure Bundy's here when we reveal.
Well, Bundy had to go. He went to the restroom.
Oh, is that where he went? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
To the little defenseman's room.
Yeah, little defenseman's. Oh, that's funny.
Well, I mean, I guess
it's a good thing I remember how to swim.
How many times? So, how many times did you get dunked?
Amadeus said 12. I lost count after 1. After that, it was all I just mentally checked out.
Were you chirping anybody?
I blame Amadeo. That was very loud. All right, here we go. Sorry about that, everybody. I didn't mean for that to go live right away. Here we go. This was. All right, we'll just mute it. There's intern Andrew going into the dunk. He's and then he popped back up. Now, I will bring up the fact that intern Andrew talked a lot of smack against little kids, and it looks like little kids were lining up to throw. Didn't you say that you were worried you were having these like nightmares about little kids dunking you in the dunk tank?
Yeah, I think that last kid in the orange sweatshirt hit me 3 times. I think
he really didn't like you. What did you do? Were you chirping or
no? Maybe I should have. I should have gotten.
Maybe you look like a math teacher he didn't like.
That's entirely possible. I will say there actually wasn't anyone that just ran up and pressed it.
Really?
So all of them were earned. Some were closer than others, but I thought that was fair given the age. But yeah, that kid in the orange, he hated me.
That's good. That's good stuff.
The water wasn't bad though.
That was going to be my next question.
No, the water was okay. By the way, the first few times I didn't realize there's a step in the tank.
Yes.
So I was going like full upper body, like jumping out of the tank at first.
You run the risk when you do that. That's a lot of force. You run the risk of the pantaloons kind of falling down.
It was a real feat of athleticism.
Yes.
Should have saw it.
Who did you follow, by the way? Who was in there before you?
I didn't know who it was.
You didn't even ask. You didn't even check.
Yeah, You know what's funny though? You know what's funny? Because I obviously took my glasses off. Here's how bad my eyesight is without my glasses. I was walking down there, and Boucher walked right past me. And I was like, wow, Brian Boucher is like really smaller in person. And then I like focused my eyes. I was like, oh, it's Pat Gallen.
Pat Callan. Oh my God!
I'm blind as a bat.
You gotta turn it.
Sorry about that.
There you go. Your mic wasn't on there, Bundy. It's back up.
What happened?
I have water in my ears, if that's what you're wondering. No, I said that I had to take my glasses off for the tank, and my eyesight is so bad, I thought that Pat Callan was a Boucher.
So how many times did you feel you got dunked?
Amadeo told me 12.
All right, I told you it was going way over 7.5.
Yeah, way over.
Can I just
12.
point out really quick? Look at the water in that tank. Like when I was in there last year and I was the first one in, it was perfectly clear water. I was very adamant about going in first. There's some cloudage to that water.
At least it's not yellow.
They put salt in it?
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't do that for us.
I tasted it the first time I went in. I was like, that
wasn't
like the Atlantic
salt.
Ocean.
That wasn't salt.
Was the water warm?
No, it was warm, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you got warm water?
But not yellow.
So it was warm and it was salty. Are we sure he didn't fall into a tank full of urine? Just, hopefully the person before you.
Whatever. That might as well happen.
So, would you have done it again? If next year, the 50th anniversary, we sit there and go, we're going to send Andrew back again.
No. I did it once.
That's it?
Yeah.
One and done?
Yes.
One and done?
Wow.
Absolutely.
So much for being a team player. Sad.
On the 50th anniversary next year?
I did it.
Sad. Yeah, but it's clear that you got the kids to detest your existence.
There's no way they hated me more than you.
No, that's the truth. I agree with Andrew.
No
on that.
chance.
I agree with Andrew on that.
I'm a lovable person.
Yeah.
I bring joy to the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you dried off pretty quick. Like, your hair is messy, but it's not. It doesn't look like you're dripping.
Yeah. We had a couple towels down there. How are the guests that I missed?
Great.
Good.
I'm assuming you weren't in there for a half hour since it's 12:47.
No, it was only 15 minutes. It felt like 45, but.
So you got dunked 12 times in 15 minutes.
I was in for a half hour last year, and he only does 15. He's going in next year.
They were efficient.
So who replaced
You're going in
you?
next year. You got to get to the 50.
I don't know. I don't know who anybody is.
You don't know who the local media people are that are doing this?
Did you need your own towel, or did they supply one for you?
No, they had towels too. I didn't know that they were going to. I used my own anyway, but yeah.
Okay.
He says, your towels are not good enough for me. I have one with 3,000 threads.
I'm impressed though, Andrew. You gutted it out.
You're a team guy, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're a warrior for what you did.
I know.
Did you know anybody who was down there or no? That was throwing at you?
Hilferty was there at the beginning. He was laughing at me.
Okay.
I told him not to patronize
Who
me. Who
Hilferty was?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
No, I don't think. Well, Amadeo was there, but I don't think I recognized anybody else.
Okay.
God bless you.
Bless you. Bless you. Well, Andrew, good stuff, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing that. Representing Snow the Goalie well in the dunk tank, taking it like a man.
I did my best.
You did well. You didn't break a toe like I did. So, you're that far ahead.
No, all of my extremities are in place.
Yeah.
All my phalanges.
The first fall, though, what was that? Did it surprise you how shallow?
You go so much faster than I thought.
Did it hit your back? Did the board hit your back?
Yeah,
because that was the thing last year.
Yeah.
I felt like every time I went in.
So they were telling me to lean forward, but if I leaned forward, I started sliding off of it.
Yeah.
So like you kind of have to lean back.
I think they need to have a bigger tank. I think that's really what it comes down to.
I think it's the same tank that Bundy climbed into 30 years ago. That's the problem.
Yeah, the one I had was an actual, it was a full piece. It didn't have like a bucket like that.
Oh, really?
It was like, it had like a gate or a fence chain thing around it, and you fell into the bucket, which was connected to the whole unit.
Yeah.
I remember having a wetsuit on, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
So my idea, Andrew, a long time ago was that we would put you in a wetsuit and give you a snorkel. The snorkel would have been fun.
I just stay under there?
No, it's just that when you fall in, you still have the ability to breathe. You don't have to worry about, drowning. We didn't know if you could swim. That was also kind of important,
No, I can swim.
All right, well, there you go.
I did all right.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Good job, intern.
Thank you.
Thanks. Good stuff.
Represented the show well.
Good stuff.
What a guy.
Yeah. So we have about a little less than an hour left in our podcast.
We do.
We still have a few guests to come. Todd Reirden's one that I'm kind of looking forward to.
Yeah.
I always like getting the assistant coaches.
Yeah, they give you a lot.
They do. They tell you more than you think, right? You get a lot more. Now, I don't know if Todd's going to be as vocal, maybe as Bradshaw was last year when he basically said, "Yeah, we don't want to have three small guys in the defensive pair at the same time."
Yeah.
But it was pretty interesting. But I'm just curious. He's a guy that's been around this league a long time, and obviously, defense was going very well for a while. and then it wasn't, and so it's going to be really kind of curious to hear what he has to say. Look at this guy.
Hey, Timmy.
Oh man,
look at this guy.
Bring him on. Bring him on.
You got some.
Get on it.
Get
Come
in
on here.
All right, see, you never know who's going to show up. You never
Timmy,
know who's going to show
The
up.
legendary and my former partner, Timmy Saunders.
These aren't on, are they? Are all these mics hot?
These are they're hot right now.
I check now everywhere I go.
Dude, I was actually I saw a clip that Howard Stern was reviewing it.
He killed me for about 20 minutes. He buried me. I'm glad you can laugh about it.
That's the best part
I
about
was
this.
partners with you, so it's kind of like old hat to me.
That's the best part about this is that you've laughed about it a lot.
I got caught being me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, Bundy, when we go to break, we're screwing around trying to make each other laugh.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know what? We did that for years together. And you know what? It's guys being guys.
I will say, though, a learning experience because, the old adage is every broadcaster's got to know every mic is a hot mic. You should know better. But if you do this long enough, you get comfortable around microphones to a point you shouldn't.
Yeah.
And that's lesson learned.
Well, I mean, it's 99.9% of the time it's not a problem.
Yeah, but then there's that 0.1% that will bury you. And this is going to follow me for a while. My wife says it's going to be on my tombstone.
I disagree. I think it hit a 24-hour news cycle. And that was it.
You think?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I told you it disappeared in 24 hours.
What do you say to the guy I just passed who had a shirt on with my face on it that said, "While you're down there"?
You know what, Tim? He's living in the past.
Oh, so great, so great. Hey, while we have you, what are you seeing with the current team? Like, what are you seeing that is changed from where things were 3 weeks ago?
I'm seeing growing pains, and it's nothing more than that. I mean, we all knew this was going to be a process. They exceeded expectations at times last year. They certainly did in the first half this year.
Yeah.
But I think there's some parallels between what the team is going through and what Matvei Michkov is going through. Bundy, you guys, Boucher, you were all saying at the start of his sophomore season, be careful. That second year is a really hard learning experience.
Yeah.
And it certainly has been that for Matvei.
Especially when you had success your first year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that he's not going to turn into the star that they think he will.
Right.
Because I still think he will.
Yeah.
But this is going to be a learning. And look at the great players. We were talking about this on our pregame show. Nate McKinnon. You can go down the list of really good players that took a step back in the second and sometimes even the third year before, they figured it out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And it's not just him.
No.
He just so happens to be the one that everybody looks at because he's the one that everybody believes has the elite upside.
Right.
And, there's
Right.
a little bit more importance to.
But I mean, there's
to
other
develop.
guys who've struggled this year too, and have been part of this last 3 weeks. It's not been, it's just Matvei Michkov's not playing up to his level.
Yeah, and I'll go back to defense. Defense wins championships.
100%.
Yeah.
Defense gets you into the playoffs, and defense is what they struggled with the last 3 weeks. I thought the last two periods yesterday were a step in the right direction.
Well, it's funny.
They only gave up 10 shots in the last two periods, which was good.
Right before you came on, I was literally, we're going to have Todd Reirden on in a little bit. And I was just saying, I'm looking forward to talking to him because I want to talk about what happened defensively, how you went from being a team that was so consistent in your defensive structure for half a season, and then it goes away for 13 games.
Yeah,
12
13 games. They had given up the most goals of any team in the league.
Yeah.
And then they seemed to get back to what they were doing the last two periods yesterday. So let's hope that that's a sign of things to come.
It's amazing to you, though, what a bad rut can do to you in the standings that quickly.
Yeah, especially in the East this year.
It was unbelievable how fast that happened. Yeah.
And if you're in the West, you're probably a playoff team.
You're a playoff team. Yeah.
With where the Flyers are now, not so much in the East. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for sharing my pain, boys.
Yeah.
You guys didn't bury me too bad.
I wrote a whole article. I don't know if you even saw it.
I didn't.
I wrote a whole article saying it was ridiculous that you got suspended.
Well,
I wrote a whole thing that it was because I looked at it and said, yes, you're right. You gotta always know that the mic is on. but there were so many things that went wrong that were out of your control.
Yeah.
That it should not have fallen
There was
fallen on
what was
you.
it? A 15 or 18-second gap between sending to break. I mean, like,
but I've been doing this long enough to know better, and to know that anything comes out of my mouth, I'm responsible for it.
Fair.
So I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. And honestly, the 2 games that they did, I thought was pretty reasonable, and I had no problem with it.
Yeah.
You just sat back and went doopy 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 doopy.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Which was an indication I didn't think we were on the air.
But you know what the best part about the whole thing, though, is, Timmy? I think the public all sided with you.
They did.
It was was a pretty. Now I'm sure you saw some of the stuff that did not, or you heard about some of the stuff that did not.
Yeah.
But man, when the next day you have people who typically are the ones who get the most offended by everything going, this is kind of dumb.
You know what?
This is pretty good. That's where you start to go, all right.
The thing I love the most about the Philly market, I'd like to think that after 30 years, I am kind of tuned into the Philly market a little bit, and I try to call games that way. But to me, this is the whole Gritty thing. You remember the night they introduced Gritty?
Yeah.
And the crowd was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
And they weren't very happy until the national media started dumping on the Flyers and Gritty, and they say, wait a minute, he's our guy, screw you.
Yeah.
And it became a sensation.
And
That's
it's the same,
Philly, man.
It's the same thing with you, right?
Well,
once the national people started saying something about it, it was like, you're not ripping our Timmy.
our guy.
You're not ripping our guy.
That's our guy.
He can
That's
say
our
whatever he
guy.
wants. Tim Saunders, thanks for stopping by.
Good to see you, boys.
Timmy.
Yeah,
Great seeing you,
love
Timmy.
having you.
There
Good
we go.
stuff. Tim Saunders is the best.
He is. I loved working with him.
Oh,
for,
what a great man. What a great guy.
Yeah, me and him had a lot of fun, and you know what? He may have even said something like that to me when I went down to unplug my cords at the end of a game at a commercial.
You know, Bundy, I don't know if you remember this, but during the lockout year, what was that 12, 13,
12, right?
Whatever
12,
year that
13,
was,
yeah.
They were trying to figure out ways to keep us all employed, right? Because we all worked for the team at the time. They were trying to figure out ways to keep us all so we didn't have to get furloughed. And you had zero desire to go up to Adirondack.
But I did.
Well, you went for TV, right?
Yeah, I did. We're doing TV, yeah.
But you didn't want to do the radio one with Timmy.
Did you do it?
So they sent me in place of you.
I don't remember saying no because I remember at the time I was worried about not getting paid either. So I would have done anything they asked me.
I ended up doing it with Saunders.
Okay, so I don't know what happened. If there was something going on.
We actually got a speeding ticket. I was driving Timmy's car.
Yeah.
And he was sleeping because he was so tired from the night before. Like, I'll drive. I'm driving back home from Adirondack it was like a Sunday afternoon, and I got pulled over for speeding in his car. But I got to experience what you got to experience. My point was that doing color with him, I think we ended up doing like 15 games or something like that. It was awesome. Like, he was great to work with.
Yeah, he's a
pro.
He's a real pro. He really is a real pro.
Yeah, it was tremendous.
Yeah,
it was tremendous. But yes, that was really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. So, by the way, Video Guy Amadeo should be clipping that open with him too. That was sensational.
Yeah.
That was great. We've had a lot of those moments today. Kind of put them all together. The Wayne Simmonds moment. And that, yeah.
It's good we had a couple extra people that we weren't expecting to have on.
The Wayne Simmonds reproductive health conversation. That was, you missed that, intern. It was good.
I'll sign all.
It was very good.
Yeah.
All right. So,
no problem.
Oh boy, Ford is here, Russ.
Where?
In the chat. Ford has announced his arrival in the chat.
You don't have to pull that up. You can. I saw Ford a couple days ago.
He's on every on Pattison show now.
I know.
He's constantly in there with me and Miss Anelli now, and love the guy.
Do you?
Oh, he's great.
I'll give him your number.
Oh, please do. He can text me if you want.
Once he starts texting, he doesn't stop texting.
It's all right.
We'll open the floodgates.
I think I have currently, if we're going to look.
Do you have a pen?
While we're sitting here. I have 17 text messages.
That's not something to brag about.
No, that I've ignored while we're doing the show. So, it's easy.
How many of them are from your wife? Double
0.
check that. Let's see how many you've ignored from your wife.
Pretty sure. Oh, there is one.
He ignored how many texts?
No. She just sent 3
texts.
No.
3 texts from his wife.
It's
3.
I only have
1, 2, and then an image. 3, and it's not. It looks like it's an invitation.
Yeah, no. It's because I have to go to a family event after this.
3 ignore texts. Maria, I am so sorry. Let me see. Have I? Have I missed any texts from my wife? Let me see. I'm a nice guy. Try to be a good husband. Let's see. No missed texts. Wow.
Because Nancy's like, oh, thank God he's not home.
Hey, Jimmy Patrick.
Could be.
I love that Bundy knows everybody.
Bundy knows everybody. Everybody knows Bundy. It's a beautiful thing.
It's great.
The man's out
I've
here.
just been here so long, right?
Yeah.
Like I rarely sign autographs anymore because all the people walk by me and they're like, "Hey, how are you guys?"
Yeah.
And they'll be like, "Oh, I already got your autograph like 6 times."
Yeah.
So it's I've been around an old plate just a long time. But yeah, I mean, we come down here and I think the thing with us on the balcony is we have such a unique fan experience, right?
Yeah.
So we do meet so many different people that feel the need to come and say hello to us or just talk hockey or whatever it is. And I think that's a great access really for us and for them and for the fans.
Russ, this is a question I think you can answer while we're waiting for our next guest. Jake Cornelius is asking, how are the cannolis?
They were good.
So, Bundy, did you know this story?
I actually saw it on Twitter and I didn't think it was real, and I actually made a comment about it.
Yeah.
Tony Escargot.
One of our random listeners,
fan of the show,
who is under an anonymous name, actually found Russ's address.
Yep. And not just mine. Found Hunter Brody's yesterday.
Yeah.
Found he found a few other people. I forget who else, but he's now calling himself the cannoli sniper.
And he's
sending them to people's houses.
Yes.
And he sent Russ cannoli.
2 cannolis were there chocolate chips on the end.
Yeah, and it was a couple days like after the snowstorm. I hadn't even cleared off my front step. I certainly would not have called for delivery. And the delivery guy showed up at my house with 2 freaking cannoli in the middle of the day. I was like, what the hell's going on? And then I looked at him and I started to try to explain, like, hey man, I'm really sorry. I didn't order. And then I was like, you know what? If I try to explain to this delivery guy from Grubhub that a guy named Tony Escargot, with what I don't know what his avatar is on Twitter, but that some guy named Tony Escargot went out of his way to send cannoli to my house in the middle of the day. I realized he'd have thought I was on like meth or something. Yeah, so right? I caught myself. I said, thank you.
It's one of my one of my favorite stories.
You know what my favorite thing though was? Somebody tried to get Tony Escargot yesterday, I think, to send him cannoli. Like, oh, how do I get in on this? And Tony Escargot's response was something to the effect of, this is the #1 example of how not to get cannoli. They are not for those who ask. They are for those who deserve the cannoli.
There you go.
I love it. He's the cannoli hero we didn't know we needed.
I know. That's pretty wild.
Maybe not the one we deserve.
That's pretty wild. Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Yep. So.
Yeah, guy just
Miller Brad said I signed a Recce jersey. Well, there's not a lot of Therien jerseys, so I have to take my pick and signing the superstar jerseys. I see a Therien jersey once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
And when I see it, I think to myself, that is a real loyal damn fan right there.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. And then, that woman came up to us at the very beginning, right before we went on the air today, and said that if she knew she was going to see you, she would have brought her Therien jersey.
Yes.
She said the one jersey I have is yours.
She'll have to know for next year.
I see a few of them. I think sometimes you see them and people got them after the game, sometimes from the shirt off your back night and stuff like that, which is cool.
And then we gave away that one a couple years ago,
if
you remember. Like, we had it made and gave that one away.
Yep.
Right? So that was one that's out there in the world. It's great.
Thanks, Miller Brad. I was his favorite defenseman growing up. That's cool.
There you go.
Yeah.
Very good.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And by the way, did you see who was just named Rookie of the Month in the NHL?
No.
Fraser Minton.
That was a name that came up in trade negotiations, right? That was
Toronto. Toronto's kicking themselves for that.
But that was a name that came up around the Lawton sweepstakes.
So there was
about a month out from when he ended up getting traded that the Flyers might have
So
been
the Flyers were obviously they had been talking to Toronto because they ultimately traded him there, and they got one in Grebenkin.
Yep.
But I know that when they were first talking, that they were asking about Fraser Minton, and then they said no, and they traded Fraser Minton to Boston.
Yep.
And Grebenkin became, I think, like the second option. But could you imagine that? Oh, there's a guy we need to talk to. There's a guy. What's up, my friend?
What's going on, brother? Let's go, bud.
Yes.
That's a guy who owes me an email, I think.
He owes us a lot of emails.
Yeah.
Another good dude.
He is a good dude.
Maybe we got to get anonymous or somebody to get the emails. Release the.
Yeah, but he's a good guy.
Yeah.
Good guy. But yeah, no, that's yeah. All right, so
Fraser Minton. Yeah. What
were you saying?
I was just saying you were saying about Fraser Minton.
Yeah, no, I just think it's interesting that boy, Toronto, did they just screw up big time?
They gave a first rounder in that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was for what's his name, the defenseman,
Carlo.
Brandon
Yep.
Carlo. Yeah.
Yep. Not good.
So you got a 1 and Minton for Carlo.
Yep.
And a 1 and Grabenkin for Lawton.
Yep.
Bad asset allocation. Yo, there's a little kid on the floor over here, just like chilling out.
Look at this kid.
Yo, I got to tell you,
Is
that
he
kid.
asleep?
No, that's just. And you know what?
Oh no, he's not. His
You,
eyes.
you know what
his
I?
eyes
You know
are
what I did today? So here's the thing. I think that for people who don't have kids or haven't been around with people with kids,
Yeah.
you have a certain preconceived notion about how easy or whatever it is to be a parent, which it's not.
Yeah.
I was at La Colombe before I got here today, right?
Yeah.
I was going to get here way too early, so I stopped, got an oat milk draft latte. I'm not saying this because I want La Colombe to sponsor this show or the Russ Joy show, but they should.
Yeah.
And there was a little kid, probably like 1.5. And every time his mom put him down, he like started kind of running away. And then she'd have to chase after him. And she looked at me and she's like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, there's nothing to apologize for. Little kid. I was like, I got 4. It's fine.
Yeah.
You're okay. And there was a little kid over there laying on the ground. And you know what? Nobody's giving it a second thought. You know why? There are a lot of kids here. A lot of people understand the challenges of being a parent. You have little ones. It's a long day. Trying to have a nice time. It happens.
Now, the cool thing with seeing all these kids, though, is to know that the next generation is already there.
Wasn't it like 2 years ago that you and I kind of noted after the fact, we're like, wow, not as many kids.
It was longer than that. It was not 2 years ago.
Was
it
it
was
3
like,
years ago?
It was
the first one that we did, I thought. We kind of noted like, yeah, there's some.
Was it 2 years ago?
I think it was the first year that we did it. We were just like, huh. But last year it felt like it really picked up.
Yeah.
This year it's certainly.
Oh, there's
this is what you expect.
Ton of kids here.
Yeah.
Today, which is awesome, and that's what you want. Like that's what this is. That's who's this is for more than anybody else, right? I mean, yes, it's for the adult fans too, but
yeah,
it's great. It's great that the kids get to experience this too. So
to catch people up who may be joining the show a little bit late today, we had on. I'm going to try to remember the order. We had Rick Tocchet on.
Yes.
Dan Hilferty.
Yes.
We had Wayne Simmonds. We had Cindy Stutman on. We had Tim. What was his name? Fran.
For the mask.
Who did?
Who
did Vladar's?
Yeah.
Mask for the Olympics. That was an official reveal. That was unexpected but wonderful. We had Tim Saunders on a little bit ago, unexpectedly, which was also nice. And I think so. We've had 5 people on. Who did I miss? Hilferty.
No,
Tocchet,
we had Hilferty,
Simmons,
Tocchet, Simmer, Jones. Oh, Jones.
Keith Jones was on. And then a little bit later on, we'll have Todd Reirden. I think he's slated for about 1:15. And then after that, we've got we have JJ and Boucher.
Yeah.
To close out the show.
Close out the show.
A 3-hour marathon.
Not quite 3. It'll be just short of 3.
I'll stay on until 2. I'll stay until 2. Then we can say we did 3 hours. You know.
I have to be somewhere at 2:15.
Well, then you're gonna.
I'm leaving too.
Okay. Well, then I'll just.
You and Andrew can talk.
I don't care.
Hey, he did 10 minutes by himself yesterday. Did you know that?
Oh, I know. And why did he do 10 minutes?
Because of the damn mummers.
Okay. So we're blaming the mummers.
So I left the same time I leave every game, and
he doesn't.
When am I late? When am I late? I'm never late. I'm always there for when we start the show.
First of all,
okay, I'm not the one running in like you are at the last second. Okay, I'm never late.
Hey, intern, in the last I don't know, let's say 5 games or so that we've all done together, who has had more moments of showing up within a breath of going on?
But
me or Ant?
There's a difference between
Ant. Yeah, thank you.
Here comes Todd Reirden, by the way.
Oh,
it's a.
We'll get into this. We'll get into this
Anthony
later.
Over here, he lives in this like weird little bubble.
I don't live in a bubble.
This like little reality that does not exist. He's in like a totally different parallel universe half the time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm in a parallel universe.
Who's not in a parallel universe? The wonderful people
Grab a
here
seat.
at Flyers.
Yeah. Sit down, relax, enjoy the show.
All right,
Make this
so
easy.
We're bringing on right now. Got the headphones there too. And,
I think he was tying his shoe. Give him a second,
I
Russell.
didn't realize that.
It's all good.
I can't see all the way over.
Good job, man. I'm coming up on 15.
All right.
Flyers assistant coach Todd Reirden is joining the show. I didn't realize what Bundy was doing there. He was talking to a fan. Todd, first of all, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me. It's my first carnival, so this is.
What do you think of it? Like when you actually see this? Because we were just talking about Jonesy. Because it's kind of awe-inspiring when you first walk in and you're like, oh my God, it's packed in here.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm not surprised. Having coached a lot against this organization over the last 15 years. The pride and the passion that they have for the Flyers has always been easy to see, but it's great when you have something like this that's helping out charities and the type of support we're getting from our players, but most importantly from the fans is amazing. So it's a lot of orange. I love it. I love it.
How aware were you of this before you came to Philadelphia? Like, did people talk about it?
Yeah, the carnival was something that was known.
Yeah.
Especially being around the PA area. But that this is one of the top ones in the league, if not the top one. It hasn't fallen short. So it's exactly as advertised. Like I said, when I first walked in today and saw it, it was. It's special, and that's kind of defines a little bit about what Philadelphia is all about. So for me and for I know the other coaches that are new to it as well. So it's a neat experience for sure.
And it shows you, and this will allow us to transition into the conversation about the team. It shows you that even when you guys are going through a tough spot like you're in right now, these fans still care. They're still here, and they're still going to be here, and still going to support you guys no matter what.
Absolutely. I think they understand the vision and, what's happening here. And they're Philadelphia fans are, they're with you all the way through the good times and bad times. And we've seen it with the other sports as well. And success has happened, obviously, across the street with the Eagles. And, it's coming for us here. And I really believe that and know that the effort that's going on behind the scenes and, the young players that are in the pipeline now and where we're headed as an organization. And I think the start of the year was a really good indication of how things, can be with this group. And obviously you're going to go through tough stretches, but either way, we know we got the backing of the black and orange. And that's something that I think really attracts players. And it's something that's getting more known around the league, that this is a destination, a place to come and play. And that either way that these fans are with you.
Todd, how difficult is it when you get into a stretch like this? And is there any one certain thing that you've seen that the team needs to be better at? I know structure was the key to the beginning of the season. Is that something that's slipped in this last 3 weeks?
Yeah, I think, unfortunately, when you get into some of these stretches, it's can start to be a little bit, not as much structurally, even a little, it starts to get in your mind a little bit. And I think when you're starting to try to build a culture of winning hockey, that's the type of things that we need to continue to hammer and put together here is the belief in what we're doing and that you're going to go through tough times. It's how you come through them and ultimately getting back to that system that gave us the structure and the success. And, some of it, you get some bad bounces here or there, but, injuries and everything that's going on. But this is part of the process for us to continue to grow here as a group and as an organization moving forward. And excited to play these last 2 games and then, get some time away and then make a final push here.
Todd, one of the things, obviously, you guys were really strong defensively for much of the first half of the season. And then last 12 games, well, prior to last night, I would say, it got away from you a little bit. What do you think got away a little bit there, and how do you get it back to doing what you were doing in the first half?
Yeah, I think there's just the way, all 6 guys on the ice were connected. I thought in the beginning of the year, all running on all cylinders, understanding the support that you need to have for everybody. Once you start to interchange different guys and have some injuries, which are normal, you have a little bit less practice time. And all of a sudden things start. You stop becoming that 6-man unit, or obviously the 5 players on the ice. Start to not be as connected, and the next thing you know, there's breakdowns in coverage, and for us, just far too many plays to the weak side of the ice. Hopefully, we've shored that up a little bit here the last couple games, and I think it coincides with the penalty kill. I think. 7-8 games here with a penalty kill, had a big meeting and just to try to get us to reset. Every team's going to go through struggles. You see even, Colorado, they won how many games, and then, we were able to, beat them, and then they've lost some other games since. So it's how you deal with it. And that's the part of the professionalism that, we're still trying to build here and make part of our culture.
The other thing I wanted to kind of dive into, and you mentioned the penalty kill there. That was another one that was early in the season, was really good.
Yep.
Middle of the season kind of sagged a little bit. And then I thought, and we talked about this last night, that especially in the first period, you killed off a couple of penalties there. They looked pretty good. The structure looked better there. Getting that back to where you had it, that will go a long way to limiting the amount of opportunities you guys are giving up, right?
Absolutely, because special teams, and I've been on both sides of it as a coach, both running power plays and penalty kills, and it's a game of momentum, and whether you can really, power plays can generate momentum, but penalty kills can generate momentum as well.
Right.
Chris knows that as well as anybody. Obviously, doing it for years, and in that shutdown role, that it really rallies the troops on your bench. That the guys that are willing to commit and block shots and do some of the dirty work to get that stuff done. I think it really provides a rallying cry with your team, and if we can do this 5-on-4, why are we not doing this 5-on-5? And it's kind of a meeting that we had as a group going into that Vegas game. I wish, looking back on it, should have gone at that meeting a little bit earlier. And maybe we would have had different results. But that's easy to look at now. But since that point, the numbers have been at the top of the league, and a couple shorthanded goals to go with it. But I feel like the commitment there, has helped carry along the rest of the group, and with some things 5-on-5 as well. And I think that. That's a little bit of the heart and soul. The Nick Sealers, the Travis Sanheims that are back there, Garnet Hathaway, Couturier. These type of guys are doing things that aren't always that fun, laying in front of pucks and battling guys, getting outnumbered at the front of the net. And I think that it's not easy, but I think it's got to be a cornerstone of our push here at the end. And hopefully, like I said, I thought last night we gained some momentum as a team after we had those two kills, especially the second one. The first one, they had a good chance, and, we didn't get deflated by it. We went back, and the second one, they got nothing. And I thought that provided a rally. Some guys were talking about it on the bench, and I thought that helped us kind of turn around the end of the first. And then I really liked a lot of things we did in the second, and obviously the third to get a point there. Disappointing outcome in the overtime.
One guy I wanted to ask you about was Jamie Drysdale. Now, I know you weren't here last year. But there was a time last year where it seemed like he was letting the fact that he was struggling to provide offense affect his defensive game. And it seems like this year, for the most part, his defensive game has come a long way. Have you seen, obviously you weren't here a year ago, but have you seen a growth in his game?
Yeah, for sure. And I know I wasn't here last year, but sometimes it's when you get to a new situation, you're able to look at it from a wider scope, and look at things, and you see that the areas that maybe you could help with deficiencies within that player's development, within the whole core's development. And I thought he's been bought in right from minute one, from the first time I called him this summer and talked to him this summer about, really working on that, 200-foot game. Obviously, he's an elite skater. How can we get this to be, dependable but still add offense? And I thought he's, early on in particular, his breakouts were amongst the best on our teams, in terms of how we evaluate. And then he was able to defend. He can defend with people with his feet. Doesn't necessarily have to be the biggest guy. And I, had some situations like this of players I've worked with, in the last 15 years in this league that were good examples for him to learn and grow from and use as guys that are a little bit undersized but have the ability to skate and close defensively with their feet. And I thought he did a really good job of that, particularly early on, and was a big reason why we had the success we did early in the season. And, I think, missed him for a little bit there and just getting to, with using different partners. But I think that, look for him to come back after this break. You look for him to, finish up these last two games, but then really come back from the break and I think be able to add both ways. And I think that's going to be a big part of whether we're able to make that final playoff push here to get in or not. So he's a guy that's been absolutely 100% receptive, outstanding guy, outstanding kid, and wants to grow and get better. And let's not forget, these guys They still are young players in terms of especially developing defensemen, as Chris knows, doesn't happen overnight, and sometimes it takes a little while to be able to add those games and you'll start using them as learning teaching moments, but not have them cost the game, and that's the fine line in terms of pushing forward here with our group. But really excited about his future and what he can do here as he's coming, gets closer to his 30s.
Yeah, Bundy and I talk about this at every game, and I love sitting up there with him because he has a perspective as a former player
for sure
that could share. And I even Todd, I've been covering this team for over 20 years. And I still learn things from him, right? Yeah. I really pick up things from him. And there's certain guys we see and we're like, oh yeah, wow, I never noticed that, and he points it out. Another guy I wanted to ask you about, and I know you're short on time, but we've got to kind of move it along, is Cam York.
Yeah,
he's another guy that changed, kind of his game changed, right, Bundy, a little bit from last year to this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. He's another guy you could see his growth and development since he's been here. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure that you're seeing some positive things there as well.
Yeah. I mean, both of those two guys, and unfortunately, like we talked about, he's, banged up a little bit, missed some games there. But, for him, I thought both those two guys, based upon what I had watched, having a little bit of a different scheme in terms of how we break pucks out, led more to their abilities. And I thought it allowed us to have some more puck possession coming out of the zone instead of maybe chasing down pucks. So I thought early on we were really effective at that, and that's when I was talking about the connection. So when you're instead of just flipping pucks out to space and chasing pucks down, you really need to have those 5 guys, and like I say, 6 guys, because the goalie has touches on those as well, connected. And I thought that's what kind of led to some of our downfalls, and is that those 5 guys weren't as connected, and those 2 guys were major components of it and their pairs that they were playing with in terms of breaking puck out. And that's something that maybe we haven't had as much success with as a 5-man unit. So I'm really excited about like I said, about Cam and Jamie and their future together, and watching them grow. I tried them a little bit here in the same pair recently, and continue to look at that and continue to find the right people for them to play with to have success.
The last thing I want to ask you before you run is, and I know you don't get a lot of time to really work with them during the season, but I know you had an opportunity, in the off season, in training camp and stuff. There's some young defensemen down with the Phantoms, that have, people are interested in. Obviously, the one that everybody is most interested in is Oliver Bonk. But then you also had an opportunity for a couple games this year to have Ty Murchison up with the big club, and he looked okay. He looked like he belonged a little bit. Guys like that, and even I don't know if you've really had a chance to work with Spencer Gill at all, but do you look at these guys and do you have anything that you say, yeah, that's going to be a player that's going to make a difference at the next level?
Yeah, that's a great question, and the players that you've referenced, between Bonk and Gill, those are guys that we take priority. They take huge priority and a huge emphasis from our organization of having our NHL coaches around these players during development camp, seeing them earlier in the season before things get up and running. Those are guys I get to spend a ton of time with and talk about, even though they're going back to junior or they're for sure going to play in the American League, or both those guys have been injured, so I've been able to spend different times with them and have them watching different things, and not just wasting time, but having them sit in D meetings and being a part of that is all part of building that culture of improvement and how we want all of our defensemen to play up and down the lineup. So that's been great to be with them. And then Ty Murchison is a really interesting case, and one that I would enjoy talking about, because I happened to watch Ty play last year. I watched him play 36 games last year. I watched all 36 of his games in Arizona State. My son is the head of analytics for Arizona State for their hockey team. So I was there and not working last year. I was there quite a bit. Had a chance to watch Ty, knew a lot about him, spent a lot of time with him, and knew at the time I wasn't sure I was going to be coming to the Flyers, but I knew that this player was going to be an asset for this organization, and whether he played in the NHL or not, this is the guy that was in the best shape of anybody at Arizona State. Committed to playing defensively, block shots, and hit harder than anybody that was there. And I'm like, I'm not sure we have to get to see him around NHL players, but this is somebody that culturally I want to have in our organization. And I know once we got to that situation with someone I was excited about, I was very, very well, had dealt with him a ton and well aware of what he could do. And I tried not to push it too hard, but it was someone that I mentioned to talk. I'm like, you got to take a look at this guy because this is how we want our players to compete. To me, this is a Flyer. And, whether that ends up being a full-time Philadelphia Flyer or he's in Lehigh, if that's where it ends up being, these are the leaders you want to have in your room, like guys that are off ice, focused, want to get better, and that are no fun to play against. And he's been able to, when he came up, his game transitioned really well.
Yeah.
And it's something that, we are missing, and I like to, have that ability to bring a little bit of unpredictable open ice hits. And, he's been doing that in the American League, unfortunately, has an injury, and, it'd be tough for him to come back this year. But so I think we're missing him because he added a ton of life to our bench, and he's low maintenance and came in and put his head down like every good rookie should, and went to work. And I figured you would like him, Bundy, for sure, and how he went about things.
Impressive. He was impressive.
Yeah, for a young guy. And let's not forget he's a young player still. And I think his upside, he knows what he is, and I think that's the one thing that I found that with analytics and all this development of offensive games is sometimes you need that throwback guy that just loves to defend and loves to play against other teams' top guys. And I think that every organization has a void in that capacity, and I think we've really got something there that, like I said, we have to wait and see how everything goes around. But certainly that indication, just from an early perspective, was great and something that he earned, and I think really sent a message to the entire organization that this is how we do things.
Awesome. Todd, I know you got to run.
Yeah.
We just got the sign. Thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate you.
Yeah, anytime, guys. Love talking.
Super stuff.
Love talking
super
about
stuff.
it.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's some insight that you guys can share and continue to build what you guys got going here with a great fan base here in Philly.
Awesome. Thanks, Todd.
Fantastic.
Appreciate
Great
you.
stuff, buddy. Thank you.
All right,
There we
Todd
go.
Reirden. There you go. Good stuff.
A lot of good stuff.
As always.
Yeah.
As always.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
We always get such good stuff from the assistant coaches. About player development and helping guys kind of develop into what kind of player you want them to be. So he's done a great job.
Yeah, I will tell you that there was a time, this goes way back, where we used to have access to the assistant coaches. We used to walk into that locker room, Bundy, back when you were playing.
Yeah.
And you would just be able to walk up to the assistant coaches and talk to them. And then there was a time where you had zero access to them. It went from wide open access to the assistant coaches to you're never allowed to talk to the assistant coaches. And I don't know why that happened, but that was a thing that it looks like we're back. We're back.
We're back on.
Yeah, we're back. Here comes Russ. We're okay. Yeah.
Better?
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Yeah, sorry about that,
We're
folks.
back.
Not sure why that popped out there real quick.
We out here.
But anyway, are you engaged? You're the guy who wants to go till 2:00, and all of a sudden you're like locked into your phone now. What do you got going on?
I'm trying to make sure that the tech is ready to go if we do the popping in and out of stuff.
Oh, okay. All right. Good enough. Hey, intern, by the way, just so you know, we're going to need your chair.
Now,
when
I'll go walk around because when JJ and Boucher get here, we only have 4 mics anyway.
Well, I know, but there was okay.
So you guys can either slide down one or have somebody sit here.
All right, fine, fair enough.
I try to keep it simple.
Fair enough. Yeah. But we're almost done though. They should be here momentarily. I think both of them they're scheduled for 1:30 if I'm not mistaken. So we should have JJ and Boucher.
So we're going to need to one of us to move out, or
Russ is going to.
I'll go.
Russ is going to go. Yeah, and then we'll
see if I can get.
There are last interviews, right?
That's it, and then after they're done, we're done. So, I love that when people ask for jerseys. Bundy, can you send me a jersey? It's autographed from you.
You want to send me $150? I'll sign it for free. But the jersey actually costs money to be made. They don't sell them here at the Wells Fargo Center, and they're not giveaways. They don't fly off trees.
Yeah.
I had to buy a bunch of them one year. Just it gave a couple away. Some were for charities and stuff like that. Those jerseys are not cheap.
Dan Vladar is right over here to our left. He's checking out his mask. He's talking to Franny right now.
Go get him.
Hopefully we didn't jinx it, putting our hands all over it.
I know, right? I didn't touch it.
No, we are.
I
not,
did.
We are
Only
not,
me.
We are not to be blamed.
Yes.
If anything were to go awry.
I was a defensive defenseman. He won't mind me. My hands on it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's
really
pretty
cool. That thing was. Yeah, it was beautiful artwork. Beautiful.
Franny Drummond does such a good job. He really, really does a good job. So, yeah, that guy. By the way, Dan Vladar. I know everybody really, really likes him this year, but he's a better person than he is a goalie. Like that's just sensational guy. Like just really, really worth. Just if you ever get a chance, like just take 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just talk to the guy. Like really, really good. Really, really good. Really worth it. Hopefully one day we'll get him on the pod.
Get him at some point.
Yeah, because you'll appreciate it. Like he's a funny guy. He's
like
a
a
good
good
talker. Yes, really good dude. Really, really good dude.
A genuinely good person in this economy.
I know, right?
How about it?
So few.
So few people.
Are you all right over there?
Yeah, I don't know what's so hard for you to understand.
Well, no, because you were not even talking into the mic. Like you were like off mic.
I'm trying to do the other thing that we said that we were going to try to do, and it falls on me to figure it out, and here we are.
Yeah.
What would you like?
No, that's fine.
What would you like me to talk about there?
No, anything. I mean,
right,
you know.
Hold on, watch this. Right. I think Amadeo is gonna shoot the video. Be ready for this? Hold on.
Go ahead.
I think I'm in here. Let's see. Can we get the enter studio? Hold on. Enter Sandman. Let's see. Audio. I think we're good. All right, here we go. We'll give this a shot. Enter studio. And bang. All right, there we go. I can hear. And then we'll add it. I don't know where it's at. There we go. You ready?
That's what we've been looking at this whole time.
Oh, now we're gonna have echo.
That was just temporary.
Yeah? Okay.
It's just a temporary thing. Look, there's Anthony. This
All
is
right.
what it looks like.
What's that? Hi, Joy.
When I
Good
try to
see
talk
you.
to people on the show, I
Yeah, good to see
through
you.
this melon.
Good. We're doing a
you
live
know?
show, but great to see you.
So we're gonna do the fan cam.
Yeah, whenever you want to ask a question, I do lean back.
It's fine. I saw
know
that.
right?
I don't answer. I never really.
Sometimes you do, yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
I lean back.
So here, I think if I do this, now we'll have no echo. Look, there you go. And there's intern. For those who have been asking where intern Andrew is, he's right there. He's drying out, but I think we'll go roving.
There we go.
Bundy, wave to the people over here. See, there you go. Look at that. This is next level. We've never done this before. All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go roam.
All right, you go roam.
Have fun out there.
Thanks, Russell. See you later.
Here we do.
Don't forget your lav.
Yeah, I know. No, I got it.
Yeah, I'm just saying you're about to walk away, and I didn't want you to forget them.
All right. Oh yeah, I'm muted.
Yeah. All right, you're good.
Here, you can tell me if you can hear in a second.
Do you need me to pull you up, pull you down, or Andrew's going to do this? How's that going to work? All right. So there you go, Andrew. You're in charge of that now. Did you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
You can hear me okay?
Yeah, we got you.
Oh, yeah, the lav mic. Here we go. Let's go wander. We're going to go wander. Want to go up the escalator? Let's go up the escalator, boys.
Oh, this is
Russ just moving around, huh?
But there they go.
Yeah.
The #1 rated podcast this side of Mississippi. Look at all these people. Gosh, yes.
You're showing my bald spot there, Russell.
Well, Anthony, I can't help that, but some doctor in Turkey probably can. So look at all these people. You got people everywhere. Look, there's the club level guys. I mean, we never actually take people all around to see, but look, it's a massive humanity. What time does this go until, Ant?
I believe it's over at 3.
Okay.
I think it's 3 o'clock, maybe 3:30, but I think 3.
So I don't actually know I don't know what's going on up here, but we'll figure it out.
Oh, you went? Did you go up the alumni escalator?
No, I went up the big one.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because I don't know how the alumni thing is working, but we're going to go on a little wander here, and you could just kind of get a feel. I don't know what this line is for, but we'll find out in a second.
They're probably the sign
Russ is stalking Vladar right now.
Yeah. No.
Oh yeah, there he is. Yeah, you're right. I am.
Yeah, it's the sign. It's the sign in snaps. It was what the lines are for. I would assume all the people who want to get autographs and photographs.
Yeah, makes sense
with the players.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you could say, look, there you go. You got people now cheering on the franchise netminder. So it's pretty good stuff up here, guys.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. I mean, you know, you've been down on the floor. You see what it's like down there. They got the Ferris wheel down there. They got a merry-go-round. They got the skee ball. They've got all the fun little things. And then if you go to the different
concessions,
if you go to the different concourses, that's where all the games are being played, right? Like, you know, that's where they're playing Mario Kart, or they're playing NHL, or they're doing axe throwing, pong, cornhole. Like, there's all.
I'm going to see if here we go.
Different things.
Just so, I mean, I'm sure people have seen this before, but if you've never been down this way and seen it, I mean, it's pandemonium down there.
Yeah, that rink is absolutely stuffed with stuff on it.
The cool thing is they have you can go onto the ice and take a shot on goal. They have that too.
Yeah, they have a merry-go-round and a Ferris wheel. Yeah.
There's this like little rink down here. I'm going to see if I can zoom in at all. I don't actually know how much control I have over this video.
But that's what I was talking about. That's where they do the shoot, shots on goal.
There you go.
On the goalies.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. That is
I'm
pretty
looking
good.
to see. I think so. What you can see up around here as well is I don't know what the seated sections are all about. There's like four sections up here.
That's for the sign and snap. So you get in line for there, and then they bring you to where the player is.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to continue to wander around, guys. I mean, do we have any word on the timing there for JJ and Boucher?
No, they were supposed to be here by now. Have not made it over.
I got to leave at 10 to 2.
Yeah, I'm with you. Hopefully they get here soon.
Well, listen, I'll do a lap up here, and if God forbid you guys have to go, I'll hang out there with intern, and we'll take over the world together.
You'll wrap the show.
Correct.
Just
I was hoping to like crash in on a couple of the activities. They're downstairs, though, aren't they?
Yes, they're on the concourses.
All right. Well, I'll come back down the escalator. Delorier's through there, signing autographs. You can't see him, but he's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I'm gonna text and find out where our guests are.
I'm gonna pop out. Is this where you guys are? No, this is the other. I'm all the way across the arena. Oh, okay. There's some kind of pong down. I'm actually gonna, guys. I'm gonna
Giant Pong is what it's called. Giant
All
Pong.
right. Well, then I'm gonna wander down there, and then we'll see what's going on, and I'll come rejoin you guys in a sec. We'll go down the escalator.
Okay.
And anything stand out to you today from the many conversations that we've had?
I mean, nothing that we haven't already talked about.
Patience is something that they're still.
Yeah,
they still want people to just understand that this is. I hate the word process, but that they're still trying to do the right thing, and sometimes things do take time.
Yeah.
Well, it is, I guess, a little bit. It's a bit of a positive here. There we go. Hey, it's a little bit of a positive, I guess, that they. If you're worried that they're going to like sell the farm to go out and get like a bottom six forward, it at least sounded like Jonesy is not in the business of doing that. So I guess I don't know. Ant, do you think that reassures any of the most bloodthirsty of fans out there?
No, nothing will reassure the most bloodthirsty of fans out there.
Camera versus camera.
No, they won't. But I will tell you that. I think things changed. I did think that there was a time, as recently as earlier this month, or I'm sorry, it's February 1st today, as about a month ago, that they would have thought about adding at the deadline. And I don't think that they were looking to add anything ridiculous, but they were certainly talking about, how can we make the team better? And they would have tried to do so. And I think that this downturn has kind of made it so that they're pretty much going to stand pat, I think. Yeah, the only way that changes, Russ, is if they win 5 in a row here before the trade deadline. Right? You win 5 in a row and you kind of get back into it. Then maybe they go back into that mode of, let's add a couple of pieces maybe, that can help the team but not cost a lot of assets. But beyond that, no, I don't see that happening.
Okay.
So
Simmer was pretty interesting too, right? Like the conversation about monitoring those OHL guys, but he's looking for the newer talent. I thought was kind of interesting as well.
Well, yeah,
and the way that you put weight on junior instead of just being worried about the guys, limited to just their OHL experience.
Yeah, you have to. Obviously, the OHL is a lot different. You do play a lot of games against kids there, right, Bundy? There's 16, 17-year-olds in OHL.
Young kids, yeah.
And so it's a whole different animal. If you're an elite player or even if you're an NHL caliber player, even if you're a depth forward, sometimes you look a lot better in the OHL or the Western Hockey League or the Q just because you're playing against kids who are never going to be in the NHL, right? So you got to weigh that versus playing against, like Simmer said, comparing Gavin McKenna playing college hockey. Now he's playing against guys with a little bit more experience, a little bit more maturity as far as physical maturity, and that changes. Maybe you don't look as good in that game. So that's why they rely so heavily on these international tournaments where you're competing against the best players of your age group, of your age bracket. And I think that's why they put a lot more stock in those. It's not an exact science, but I think that's why they put a lot more stock in those.
Agreed.
Looking to see who the giant pong is going on over here. Looking to get an eye on who is overplaying giant pong. So when you start to think about Sam Ersson.
I'm sure he'll be thrilled to see Snow the goalie come over to talk to him.
I'm not going to go interrupt his game right now. They're very deep into this game, it seems. So
yeah,
there you go. Though, like when you're talking about coming out to the carnival, and like what is it that you're looking forward to? What's the kind of stuff you're looking for? Got a group of ladies over there. They are enthralled, enamored with Ersson's lettuce on top of his head. And they are taking more pictures of Sam Ersson than I think I've ever seen anyone take. So there you go.
Yeah. That's great stuff, Russ. Good work by you walking around.
Good job. Good recon, Russ.
Yeah.
Well, you know what is I think a lot of it, guys, is you just try to give a feel, give a real feel for what's going on down here. It's not just, it's not just our beautiful mugs next to an escalator the whole time, I think it actually goes to show you just how many people are here as well, right? Like we did the walk on the club level and on the mezz, and down here on the concourse. There's just people everywhere, and we're multiple hours into the event.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's really good. It's really good. You're missing the commenters right now, Russ. That's why I'm laughing.
I can't. All right, go ahead and read them off.
No.
You can read for yourself.
No,
later.
it's okay. It's
okay.
They're being harsh. It has nothing to do with you. They're just being harsh.
They're not being harsh. Oh, so the camera and microphone work is okay. That's not what we're being harsh on. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So Bundy, I just got an update that they're going to be a little bit late. So if you need to roll, you can roll.
Yeah, I have to roll at 10 too. I literally have to be somewhere.
So Russ, we're going to need you to get back here to wrap the show.
I am almost back, guys.
With
I've almost returned.
JJ and Boucher will be here, but it will be after Bundy is gone.
Okay. Well, I think I'm like pretty much right here, right? Yeah, there. We're back to the escalator, guys. We've done. How many minutes was I gone for? I mean, come on, that's not too bad. Covered the entire arena, multiple levels. We do what we can around here.
Yeah. Good work by you.
That's the beauty of Snow the Goalie. Look at this. All right, now Sam Ersson autographed pad set. I should go tell the ladies who are over there like taking nonstop photos of the guy.
You should go over and talk to the wives doing the pucks.
They had people around him. I don't know. I got balloon animals over here.
Hi, I'm Russ Joy. You have no idea who I am, but I just want to ask you a question about the
It's entirely possible that your husbands hate me, but let me, how are we feeling about the season so far?
Yeah.
I don't need to get anybody's wife in trouble. Somebody starts mouthing about the organization or coaching. Oh, look at these guys, look at these handsome buggers right here. Hey.
All right, you can take him. You can take his stream down there.
Do you want me to go up to the alumni thing? I can do the alumni thing.
No, Bundy's got to go.
Oh, okay. Well,
I got a few minutes. I got about 5-6 minutes. I have to literally pick something up at 2:15 somewhere.
Yeah. We muted you, Russ. Oh, he's going back up. Here we go.
Did he leave
are
again?
we back?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
back.
just real quick. Bundy, when you got to roll, you got to roll. I'm just going to pop up here and see.
He just wants to see what alumni are up there.
Yeah, we got to.
My favorite part of
there's
this is
we've
Russ.
had lots of people going the entire time.
Russ probably is not going to be able to identify any of them.
No, he won't.
That's highly unfair. All right, I found the longest lines of the day. They're up here at the Alumni Way.
Aren't they usually for the pictures, though? For player pictures?
I would think so. I mean, I'll tell you, Delorier had a line.
Guys, fans will always love the fighters.
Of course.
They will. They will.
Always love the fighters.
I remember years and years ago going to an event like this, guys, and I remember Dan Carcillo having arguably the longest line of anybody. So Simmer is up here. You got Hartnell up here. A whole bunch of other people. And yeah, Ant, fair to say, there were at least two dudes up here that I did not recognize. I have no idea who they are. But people are in line for them, so that's good.
Yep. That's why
Cindy Stutman brought us cookies.
Oh, Cindy, you're the best.
She brought what?
Cookies.
Brought us cookies.
Oh, God. I'll be there in a jiffy. All right, drop me off, intern.
Yeah, hustle, run, Russ, run. There you go. Yeah, I haven't even eaten today, so this is exciting. But I'm not going to sit here and eat on the air when I'm by myself. Although I guess intern could always. And Bundy, if you walk away and Russ is not back, like I guess Andrew and I can chat for a couple minutes. So
we're good.
All right, just want to make sure. I got to drive. I got to go to a family event in to my wife's aunt's 90th birthday party.
Wow,
it's at a restaurant in Center City. I got to drive to.
Happy birthday!
I know. So she's a very, very sweet old Italian woman. Always says the same things to us every time she sees us. It's hysterical. Yeah.
Did she pinch your cheeks?
Oh, she's one of those. 100%. 100%. Oh, Maria, you look so beautiful. Oh, and your husband, he's amazing. Oh, it's such a nice man. Oh, it's so great.
Your husband, he is.
That's exactly what I get all the time. She's a sweetheart. She's a sweetheart, but that's what I get all the time.
Ross, would you like a cookie?
Yes, please. I would love a cookie. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
You know, we had this conversation about Europe, right? Like, I went to Europe, I lost 10 pounds. I think that a lot of it was all the walking.
Yeah.
But you know how, like, people are convinced that, like, American food is just, like, not the best?
Yeah.
All the chemicals, all the additives.
Yeah.
I'm 100% in on it. I gained back 1.5 pounds, which is fine. I also haven't been walking around a lot. But, like, I'm 100% convinced now that there's just stuff in our food that we shouldn't be having.
Yeah.
I don't mean to sound like RFK. I could sound like RFK if you want. But
yeah.
So.
All right. Well, Bundy, hey, listen.
A lot of people out there today.
I know.
Guys, I'll catch you guys later.
Yeah, we'll see.
Great carnival, another great day.
Yeah, we'll see you on Tuesday night for the Caps.
Yeah, we'll be there.
It'll be a good one. But just another, yeah, right. Another great day. Another great, just an incredible atmosphere down here, as always.
Yeah.
As always. And it's always a pleasure to have you be a part of it.
I'm going to stay on until I break this down here, guys, and then I'll split. So
great.
Thanks for being here. We did a great job today, you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of this.
Yeah, a lot of people tuning in, which is awesome. We love having the fans tuning in. Oh, you didn't even use the.
I didn't use the little John skis.
The little skunk tails or whatever.
I don't like the skunk. I don't like how the skunk tails look.
Yeah, they do look a little weird.
They kind of give me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah,
you know.
I hear you.
So we're expecting Boucher and JJ here momentarily. Is that
shortly?
correct?
Yeah,
right.
within the next few minutes.
Okay. Did you save a cookie for them?
We have 3. I haven't had one. I haven't given one to Andrew.
Poor intern. He goes out there, he gets in the dunk tank, and you're not even going to give the young man a.
He can have one if he wants one.
Conversation I had with my family.
What's that?
So my wife was like, I think I'm going to take the kids to my parents today while you go to the carnival. I was like, that's totally fine, understandable. I said, I'll meet you at your parents' house if your mom makes a really nice dinner. And so you know what she's doing?
What's that?
Homemade meatloaf. I am a sucker for meatloaf.
On a Sunday?
Yeah, I'm a sucker for meatloaf.
Isn't the Italian thing to do
The meatballs.
I like a good meatloaf.
I like meatloaf too. Don't get me wrong. Oh, for a second I thought this guy was wearing a
Quitter Gautier hoodie?
Yes.
No, I don't think so.
It's like, is that what he's got on?
You know what? So I will admit, for next year, I have a better feel for how I'm going to do the roving thing.
Okay.
I remember in years past that accessing the players was a lot easier. They had a lot of these guys behind the curtain.
Yes.
And not doing the activities. Like when I saw Erson doing the giant pong, like I'm used to that.
Yeah.
They had like a dart throwing thing. I don't know if you guys saw it or not. I know it wasn't perfect camera work out of me. But like there were guys that were like I thought would be at activities that weren't. So maybe it was a transition period.
Okay.
As guys are going from one thing to another. So anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks to Cindy for the cookie though.
She's the best.
Okay.
Andrew. Alley-oop.
Oh, he almost missed, Bundy.
I know he did.
He almost missed from right
It's a
next
really
to
good
it.
thing that nobody saw the trash can.
Gentlemen, thanks for a great day. We'll see you Tuesday.
All right, Bundy.
Hey.
You guys are the best. Thanks.
You're the best. Stop it. What
It's
a
all
guy.
good.
What a guy. What a mensch.
He's the best.
He's a bona fide stud.
Yeah,
I
so-
guarantee you by the time he takes 3 steps away from this, he's going to have 4 people flock to him.
Yeah.
See that guy over there
Yeah.
holding his phone up really high,
Yeah.
going to take a picture?
He's gonna want a picture.
He's going to want a picture with Bundy.
and and an autograph.
He might.
Yeah.
You know what? Good on him.
Good on him is right.
Good on him.
Yeah.
All right,
so
there he goes.
So so we got to.
Should I embarrass him right now?
No.
I can embarrass him right now. I could stand up and say, ladies and gentlemen, the great Bundy, Chris Therien.
Yeah. No, don't
And
do
people
that.
would like cheer. I think he'd be really pissed if I did it, though.
Probably.
I think I'm going to do it one of these days, like a press row show.
Probably.
I think it'd be fun.
Yeah. So yeah, they're going to be here shortly. Kate just texted and let us know. So
Okay.
should be here momentarily. They're on their way.
I want to see how you vamp.
Vamp about what? That's the thing. Like I can vamp about a game. Like if we're doing this during the game,
Yeah.
I can vamp. Like I've vamped many.
Why are people
many
talking
times.
about Panarin in the chat? What did I miss?
Because they're talking to each other about it.
Why?
Because we brought it up earlier.
He's not coming here.
He's not, but it was a conversation piece. So this is what happens when, one thing gets out there from a national reporter.
Yeah. Can we have a conversation about how full of snikes a lot of these guys are? Like,
well, it's no.
There are people right now with a somewhat national profile, and you know this for a fact, and don't you dare backtrack. I'm not saying the biggest national guys. There are people who are like, oh, you know what? The Flyers could use a center. So I'm going to throw a report out and not even, we'll make a little passing remark. Oh, the Flyers, they'd be really interested in Connor McDavid if he became available. Well, no, duh. No, duh. Flyers need a defenseman. Oh, yeah, I'll tell you what, if Quinn Hughes doesn't win this year with Minnesota, I've been told the Flyers are really interested in going after him. And then that takes on a life of its own. And then people start talking about it and they go, oh, this is Panarin. Panarin doesn't fit. He doesn't fit the timeline. He doesn't fit the current level of talent, the salary demands, the age. Like, it doesn't fit. I'm not saying that people shouldn't have fun amongst themselves talking about it, but be realistic.
Yeah, I just thought it was weird for Elliott to put that out there. This didn't make sense to put it out there because, I mean, I'm sure he's hearing that from reliable people. I'm not, I asked about it because I would not have asked about Artemi Panarin if I did not see that report. And so it's like, okay. And so from what I was told, it's got to be what he was told. Got to be the same thing he was told. And it's like, well, why even put it out there if it's that much of a long shot? Like, why?
Because he is smart enough to know that the Flyers fan base will eat up anything that comes out.
Yeah,
they'll eat it up.
But it doesn't matter. I don't get it.
Attention is currency. People tuning into his show, reading his stuff is currency. If you put that out about name a bottom feeding team in a small market. Name a team in a market that doesn't care quite as much. Like, all right,
Nashville.
Nashville.
It's not that small market, but okay.
Or what about like a Columbus or something where it's like, Columbus could be interested in Panarin. Okay, cool. You know who's not going to like turn that into a big thing and into like a rabid thing where people are now diving in to go check out the show. They're subscribing to the podcast. Columbus. You know who will? Philly. Philly will. I'm not telling people that they should like take everything that's reported with a grain of salt. When we report stuff, by all means, take things with a grain of salt if you want to. That's totally fine. When I hopped on the show like a month and a half ago around the Quinn Hughes thing, I know who I talked to. And I felt confident in saying, this is where things were at. People who watch the show or listen to it, they can certainly take that with a grain of salt and say Russ is an idiot. They might be right, but I know who I talked to. I'm very confident in what was told to me and what I passed along to the people.
Correct.
The national guys
are I'm very confident in what you were told.
And the national guys are in an interesting position because if you pay attention, right, when you listen to a national podcast, whether it's NHL, NFL, NBA, whatever, there is a certain level of understanding about how the team is playing, how deep that analysis goes, the conversations that are being had league-wide, the conversations that are being... But a lot of it is surface level. A lot of it can be as simple as, like, could Elliot Friedman right now text Danny Briere and say, hey, you guys have any interest in Panarin? And if Briere texts him back and says, yeah, like, if the price is right, like, you know, I guess he would be on our radar, sure. Well, guess what? Friedman could turn around and say, oh, you know, the Flyers, they might be interested in Artemi Panarin. And that's what gets people going. But that's not the same thing as Elliot Friedman sits down with Danny Briere and Briere goes, yo, we're actually willing to move significant prospects and draft picks because we are so sure that he will re-sign here, that he will be an impact player, and that he is going to help us be like the conduit for getting Matvei Michkov to be the ultimate player he can be. Very big difference.
Correct.
But because you're at a national level, you're able... But, you know, when you're at a national level, you say certain things, you're able to say certain things, and, like, the way that people take it is, you know, it's different. I don't know. I am not trying to poo-poo Elliot Friedman. I am not trying to poo-poo Adam Schefter. I'm not trying to poo-poo Shams. Not trying to poo-poo Fabrizio, whatever his name is, who does all the international stuff. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just merely pointing out to people. Sometimes the national guys get legit intel, and sometimes they just do a little poking around and they kind of gussy that up. I'm not sure that they're as plugged in, some of the guys, as people might think. Friedman is definitely plugged in.
So what I'll say about it is this, especially in hockey, I think baseball's like this too. The national guys are information traders.
Yes.
So the deal that they have with everybody is you tell me something, I'll tell you something I'm hearing. It's really what it is. So I think teams have gotten to the point, and this is why you're seeing some national people, whereas before, like the national people were, you know, you heard their report and it was like, all right, this is 99.9% going to happen. And that percentage has dropped. I'm not saying it's bad. They're still very accurate. But I think some teams are now utilizing the national reporters in a way to leak some things out and not really mean it.
Yes.
Right? Here comes JJ and Boucher.
They're almost to an extent trying to use the currency that people give to those guys, and they try to mislead.
Right.
Or you know, some agents might want certain things out there that may or may not be fundamentally
yeah, I see
correct.
Him. True. I see him. He's signing everything. This is we're used to this.
I know.
We're used to this.
I know. So you got Jim Jackson hopping on, Brian Boucher. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, here comes Boucher.
He's coming. He's talking.
Look at him. He's like off the cover of GQ. See this?
Yeah,
he is.
I know. He is.
Can't go anywhere with him.
I mean,
what's up,
Jim? I'm not saying that you're like poorly dressed or anything, but like,
no, him.
But
He's got the collar.
Boucher
up,
shows up here with the collared shirt. He's got like
Mr. GQ
crew neck sweatshirt.
Russ said you look like you walked off the cover of GQ today.
Oh, well, thank you for that.
I'm just saying
I take that as a compliment.
And I rolled out of bed.
I'm just saying, you got like, you know, you got everybody turning their heads, you know.
Good stuff. You know what I wanted to, before we even get into the carnival.
He had people turning their heads when he was a goalie, too.
Yeah.
I was turning my head, too, picking the picking the puck out of the back of the net.
I'm sorry, Boucher. I couldn't let that one sit.
That's funny.
I'm the best at making fun of myself. Anyway.
Before we talk about anything related to the team or anything related to this carnival, the thing that I wanted to talk about, Bouch, was you on the national broadcast the other night with the ice cream, man. It was like one of my favorite things. Like I was cracking up watching that. I was sitting there.
And it all started because I ate the gritty ice cream here, and Liam McHugh in the studio said, we got to do something with this. And I didn't realize it would be that big a deal.
It went viral.
I just crushed another gritty Sunday, by the way. I just crushed one in the last one we did, yeah. So I love ice cream. I mean, if people like watching me eat ice cream, I'll do that.
Let's go top 3 ice creams. Flavors, or do you have like a specialty?
My favorite is cookie dough.
Okay,
I love it. Yeah,
I love Springer's down at the shore. Shout out to Springer's down in Stone Harbor.
That's the one.
I like mint chocolate chip, refreshing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
and I like a strawberry ice cream.
Do you want when the mint chocolate chip? Do you have to go with the green one or the? Can you do the white?
No, green.
Green.
I want the feeling of green. Yeah, probably not good for you, but
okay.
Do you ever do the mint with the Oreo? Instead of it being the chocolate chip, you do Oreo on the inside.
Never done that.
That'd be like mint cookie dough almost. That'd be
it's
good.
fantastic.
I like coffee ice cream. That's my
interesting
too. Yeah, coffee ice cream.
That's in my top 5, but not my top 3.
Then the other 2 that you mentioned.
Where do you guys land on the blizzards? You know, like, are you fine with the sauce? Are the things that you?
They're okay. It's not ice cream.
It's not the same, right?
I like a soft serve. Yeah, I do like a soft serve.
I like a soft serve hot fudge sundae. Yes, that I like.
Okay.
Frosties, Wendy's.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. No.
Yeah, it's an interest. It's a little bit different.
Chocolate? You go chocolate? What you go?
Yeah.
So we got to go. It's been nice talking to you guys.
Well, you know, and Jim, you can attest to this. You know where some of the best ice cream is? In the Phillies press box.
Yeah, no, hey, you got old 2 scoops back there, Frank.
2 scoops, right?
Yeah, he became 3 scoops for me.
I walk back there, he pulls out the big cup. I'm like, Frank, you're killing me, Frank.
There'd be times where I'd be running around or whatever, I wouldn't have time, and I go, I missed out today. He'd have a smile on his face. Oh, he had 3 scoops waiting for me, and it was the coffee, Turkey Hill coffee.
You guys got to pull some strings and get that up in this press box. Can we a little ice cream up here?
Yeah,
we've got hot dogs now, which are I'm liking the hot dogs.
And insomnia cookies, which are pretty good. But no ice cream. Maybe after all this,
we got the candy.
Maybe it happens.
We can have the Brian Boucher ice cream stand in the press box. We name everything in the press box now.
Right.
We can name it after you, Bouch.
Right.
Another year.
The candy up there too. You can do the candy as the topping.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true. Yeah. Reese's Pieces, throw it on top.
Yeah. Another year, another carnival. Good stuff as always. Bouch, for you, I mean, just going back to when you were a player, like obviously the interaction with the fans is it's something that's got like really special for the like to recognize even when the team's not going well.
Yeah,
they still care.
Yeah, and I played in a lot of other spots, and we never had any of this. Yeah. So you could, I mean, whatever. You really didn't have the interaction with fans in other places. People say they do, but they don't. Here you do. And you're right. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's bad. If you're not going so good, you have to face the music a little bit. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Right. I think it holds people accountable. It's like, you get that instant feedback. This is like reality Twitter, I guess, to a degree, right? You're kind of like
in your face Twitter.
Yeah, but it's all good because I think people are respectful and people understand, hey, we're here for a good cause. This is a great day for the players, for the fans. We're all raising money for good things, and that's really what it boils down to. But at the end of the day, the players want the fans to come here and have an enjoyable experience, and the players want to have an enjoyable experience too. So the pressure to win coming into situations like this, I think, is always good for players.
Yeah, and JJ, you've been, this is your 25th? 30th. Wow. 30. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, 33 years, but we missed a couple with lockouts and pandemics and things like that.
Yeah, but 30
30 of them. And I mean, we say it on the air and people say you're just saying that, but it's always a great time. I mean, I love talking. I was downstairs and we were doing interviews, but in between the interviews, the fans were just coming up and just talking to them. And to be honest with you, we're so close to the wins and losses and still thinking about how they could have won the game yesterday, all that. The fans actually bring me back to perspective. It's like, we love the broadcast. We love the team. There's still that love. It's still there. I mean, what it would be when they get back to being a playoff team consistently is going to be unbelievable. But even as it is, there's still a tremendous amount of energy in this building for this event, and you can feel it from the fans.
And it's the funny thing that I keep telling people off air and stuff. I say, I know that social media has been around for 15 years, whatever, but we really haven't had a very good Flyers team in the era of
that's an interesting point.
Twitter being great, right? Like where everybody's like the conversations on Twitter, right, all the time. You got to go back. I mean, I know Twitter was around in 2010 when you guys made the run, but it wasn't what it is today, right? So like we've not had that. And I just wonder when you look at all the negativity that's out there on social media, what will it be like when the team is actually good on that social media platform?
Yeah, I mean, there's still going to be naysayers out there. Let's understand that. But it would be, I mean, probably over the top in the other direction too, right? Where we'd almost calm down now, calm down. But it would be interesting. I hadn't even thought of that. But you're right. 2010, it wasn't, and then 2019, 20 was the bubble. Was different in all ways.
Yeah.
So they really haven't had a playoff run of any type in the social media era or whatever you want to call it. So I think it would probably be exactly what I said. Over the top the other way, and we'd be trying to calm them down from being too euphoric. But that would be a nice change. I wouldn't mind having to do that.
It would be a nice change. Boucher, I wanted to ask you about Dan Vladar because look, you always talk about the goalies. That's the one. I love listening to you talk about the goalies on the broadcast. And you even say it sometimes. Like, I might focus on the goalies too much, even on the national ones, but I think it's great. Like, what do you see from him that is just so reliable on a game in, game out basis? I mean, he's had maybe 3 games that were bad this year, and the rest have been really good. Like, so what is it about him that is so consistent?
Yeah, and even those bad games, I don't know that they were necessarily his fault. They just were bad statistical games. I think when I watch him, I don't see a guy that looks nervous to me. Yeah. I see a guy that's sure about himself. He's confident in his ability. And I think his experiences have gotten him to this point. Goalies develop at all different rates, right? And I've had people that work in the Bruins organization. I won't say who, but they often went like, "Man, we let a wrong guy get away in that organization." Like, they thought highly of him, but they had other guys coming. I just think that he knows who he is. He's a big guy, so when you have size, you've got an advantage over a lot of other guys. You don't have to play as aggressively when you're a big guy. You can play a little bit deeper, and if you can read the game properly, know when you can be a little bit more aggressive, when not to be, this is when I think your reads become sharp and you become a good goalie. But when I watch him play, like, he never looks jittery to me. I never see a guy that I'm like, oh, he's unsure of himself. I mean, maybe the only area of his game that I think could be improved upon at this point would be his handles, his puck handles. And a lot of goalies would have that. You have to have like a lot of reps to do that because you can't do it in practice. But aside from that, I mean, he just has a presence about him. Yeah. His size and his calmness in there.
Rebound control is really good too.
It is good.
Yeah.
It is good. And I think that's a product of, if you can be a little bit deeper, you can see it a little bit longer. It's a split second longer. You can see it. So you can steer your rebounds in the right direction, or you can swallow it. I just feel like he's a guy that took a little longer for him to get to this point, but he's arrived. He's proving to be a number 1 goalie.
The other thing about him is he is just a tremendous teammate. I mean,
we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, I mean, he always points blame at himself. Sometimes on goals where he had literally no chance to make the save. Never throws his team under the bus. And from what I'm told by Toc and some of the other players, tremendous energy in games when he comes over to get water, like just trying to pump the team up and stuff. So the teammates, they absolutely adore him. So I think he's here for a while.
Boucher, a lot of times, like, we kind of live in this bubble. We check out other teams as much as we can, but like we're here. You get to kind of break out of that bubble a lot from a national perspective. Sometimes we overrate the players here. I think every fan base does that. But when you kind of pop out and you're looking back at this team and you're looking out of Vladar from like that league-wide perspective and the people that you talk to that are outside of this bubble, do they seem to believe that Vladar is the real deal the same way that we in here seem to believe he's certainly trending to being?
Well, real deal as in the sense of like being like
that he's an actual
top 5.
No. That he's a starter in the league.
He's a starter in the league.
Kind of been a backup.
Yeah, if you're saying like mid-teens, number 1 goalie, yes, I think people are starting to recognize what he's been able to do here. I think sometimes when you're a number 2 and you play the 3rd game in 4 nights, you're not getting the true read on who that guy is. And credit to pro scouts who have watched him enough to say, to recognize that when he was in Calgary, he was getting some tough starts. Like he was not being handed the games to succeed in.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get your team's best when you get those starts, and seeing that this is a guy that has an opportunity to finally make that next step. I think people around the league recognize that he's right there. But in saying that too, things can change, right? And I think I see it around the league all the time. Teams with goaltending, there's whether it be injuries or inconsistent play, it seems like now more than ever, goaltending is so volatile compared to back in the day when Marty Brodeur was playing 67 games. And, now it's like it can change so quickly from year to year that I think everybody is just, they kind of look at it and be like, okay, they want to be like all in, but they're also like cautiously optimistic. And I think that's the way a lot of teams look at all their goalies around the league. Honestly, aside from Shesterkin, Vasilevsky, Sorokin, help me out. Am I missing anybody else?
That's probably it.
That's probably it.
I'm just trying to get to that point, but not.
After that, it's like, a guy like Mackenzie Blackwood, I think, is a tremendous goalie, but injuries.
Hellebuck, maybe, in the regular season.
But you know what I mean? There's just not a lot of, I think a lot of teams have those worries. And hopefully for Vladar, it's a trajectory now from his late 20s into his 30s where he's proven that he can be a reliable number one.
One of the things I wanted to kind of ask you guys, obviously the last 12 games have been, or 13 now, have been not great for the Flyers. What are you seeing that has changed from where they were the first half of the year? And then what do you think? How do you think they can get back to that? I know that the last two periods yesterday were a good stepping stone, but it's just two periods, right? I mean, so how else can they get back to doing what they were doing the first half of the year?
Well, the one thing that's quite obviously different is their defensive breakdowns of the back door, the cross ice. I mean, it was something we were talking about that Toc really pays a lot of attention to, and we said they're really paying a lot of attention to it, and you weren't seeing a lot of that against them in the early part of the season, and that obviously helps the goalies if you're not having to make the cross-crease saves all the time. So here over the last 3 weeks, there have been a ton of them. It really kind of seems like it started with the back-to-back Tampa games when Kucherov started firing the puck cross-ice, and every team has just jumped on that, and they're doing it to the Flyers. So that has to change. The one thing that they were doing early, and they're still doing that they've got to get better at, are the starts. They just have to get off to better starts in games because now they are allowing some goals and their penalty kill hasn't been as good as it was early on. And so when we had all those come-from-behind wins early, they're not getting many of those come-from-behind wins anymore. Right. So come-from-behind hockey in general eventually is losing hockey, one coach told me. And while the Flyers were kind of dispelling that for about 30 to 40 games now, it is becoming true. They're having trouble coming from behind in these games. So got to get off to better starts.
Yeah, and I think when they were coming back in games, their penalty kill was much better at that time of the year. Their penalty kill was, I believe, around 83, 84% back then. And now it,
75, I think now.
Yeah, overall 75. But if you look at the numbers when they started to struggle,
it's like 60.
Yeah, exactly.
70, yeah.
You have numbers like that. I don't care how resilient a group you are. That's too big of a hole to dig. So I think the penalty kill's got to get better. The starts have to get better in the sense that it doesn't mean that they have to come out and play with the lead. It just means that they can't be down
2-0, 3-0,
exactly.
and think you can come
and
back.
I think, honestly, I think that's a mindset. I think that could be the product of a younger team still trying to figure out how to navigate the league on a nightly basis. It can be difficult. That's where your veterans have to be dialed in, have to be great leaders. And I think right now we just have a younger team, and these are the growing pains of a younger team.
I know Toc was talking about that, and he was saying that, hey, they all love each other. It's a great room, but he wishes that they would hold each other a little bit more accountable.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Boucher, you've been in those locker rooms. Is it hard to do that, or do you think does it get to a point in your career where you're just like, the hell with it, I'm going to say something? And then you just become that guy, or is it?
Well, I'll tell you why it doesn't happen with a younger team is because if you don't have the experience, you're not going to call somebody out. You're just trying to survive in this league and figure out how can I do my job better.
Yeah,
I'm not going to worry about Anthony SanFilippo, right?
Yeah.
But when you're an older veteran team and you have a bunch of veterans on your team and you have had success, it's easier to say, "Hey, Anthony, stay out after practice today. We got to work on some things. You and I are going to stay out here, or you got to do this better, and I got to do it better too. But we got to do this better. You'll call each other out when you have that experience, and because if you're not pulling your weight, and you're not pulling your weight, how can I come at you?
Right.
Right.
Because
then you're going to say, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
Have you looked in the mirror?
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody has insecurity about how they are doing, they're not going to call somebody else out. Only people with experience with it. And I played on those Flyer teams that Talk is talking about. There were plenty of veterans in that room that could say, "Hey, let's go. You got to be better."
Yeah.
And you just, it might have ticked you off. I remember JR said it to me one time when I was playing in San Jose with him. It was a dad's trip in Chicago, and we were playing the Blackhawks. This is when the Blackhawks were getting pretty good. And I gave up like 5 after 2 periods, and I wasn't very good. He stood up in the middle of the room, and he yelled at me. He goes, "And Boucher, stop the effing puck."
Wow.
Like that.
Yeah.
And I was like,
"Wow."
And it stung.
Yeah.
But that was it. And not that I'm saying because he said it, that's why. I mean, maybe we all picked it up, but he called me out.
Yeah.
And I told him after the game, I said, "Thank you."
Yeah.
I was like, I appreciate it. We all stuck it. We won the game. We felt good about it after, but like, that's what veteran guys can do. And I think this team they're working towards that. They like each other. They just don't want to
They don't want to upset each other.
Exactly.
Upset each other. And I just wonder if that's a generational thing, that it takes a little bit longer to get there.
That's a good question. Like
the younger generation is not as old school as
maybe.
I think you grow into it too. And I mean, they only have 3 or 4 veterans on this team.
Sure.
Over 30 or even close to 30. And,
And
Coots is struggling right now. So, to your point, it's tough for Coots to
It's
go
hard,
and say
yeah.
something when he hasn't scored in 24 games, So,
Right.
and then the other over 30 guys, Hathaway's struggling a bit. Glorie's not playing much. Who else is over 30 on this team? There's not many. So
I think that might be it.
Yeah. So, TK and Sanheim have graduated
Sealer?
into that role. Sealer. Now,
Sealer,
Sealer's a guy who he will do that too. So, but again, he's not a frontline player. He's not a top pair defenseman but I think he could still do some of that. And I also think TK and Sanheim have graduated to that role. But as Bush said, there's no way if Sanheim's struggling, he's going to be able to do that and feel good about himself. So there's a lot that goes into it. It's a hard
But maybe what Talk
situation.
is saying is like, if you do that and I call you out and I haven't played that good and you call me out, now we've just had like a genuine exchange where we both recognize we got to pick it up.
Right.
Yeah.
You and I got to pick it up.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe
better than
that's-
nothing at all. Yeah, you're
That's
right.
the holding each other accountable part that, maybe you just got to get uncomfortable a little bit.
And I know the word culture is kind of taboo for fans, but is that what we're talking about?
It's said a lot.
Right? Is that what you're talking? That's when you talk about culture. That's part of
Part
it,
of
right?
it, yeah.
I mean, that's not the whole thing. But
Right.
That's part
It's
of it.
part of it.
right?
Yeah, part of it is how you're treated in the organization, how the organization treat. I know that when I came here early on in my career with Mr. Snyder, I mean, no expense was spared with regards to how we were treated, both myself, my wife, our families.
That continues.
That continues. So
that Flyers
that's
are known
that's
for
part of culture, right?
Right.
Like when you play for an organization like that, you want to go through a wall for those people. But you're right. The other part is, how the players interact with one another in the room and how badly they want to win and what they'll do to win.
Yeah, because that part of it, I always ask players who are with other teams, especially multiple other teams. Noah Juleson, who's been with 3 other organizations. I was talking to him today about it. He said, definitely different here. I mean, I'm sure there's other franchises that are also great, but and he's been with some good ones, Montreal.
Yeah.
But he said it's different here. They treat you great. They take care of you. This event is
An example.
Yeah, as an example of it, and it's not even close, charity-wise, to any other event in the league. At least according to the guys I talked to. So, I mean, Boston's kind of copied it, but this was the model, and it's an example of the Flyers being a little bit different as an organization. And even though that was largely due to Mr. Snyder, there's no question he got it started. He's the reason this event is even taking place, and so many other things. And there is a narrative out there that once it went to Comcast, that all changed. I think Dan Hilferty's done a great job bringing it back to that kind of atmosphere. So I think that part of it's back.
There's that idea of like the players recognizing the impact that the organization has on a whole, like not just the player, the family, that whole thing. you would think that that's a real key part of like a free agent pitch, but given that free agency this year pretty much doesn't exist for the most part,
unfortunately.
how well known is that, I guess, across the league, that if there's a guy who maybe has a no trade list and like for a year, it's probably like, hell no, the Flyers are, not a particularly enticing place to go. How well known is it that maybe there's something that starts to kind of flip that script, a guy who maybe would not have considered it before?
Yeah.
Maybe this offseason.
Very well known. Like players are so close nowadays. They all train, guys train together in the off season. Everybody's a buddy. You've played with somebody along the way at lower levels. People talk. And if you're in a place where you're treated well, guys will find that out. And you're right. Maybe the Flyers are on a no trade list for a certain player because of the team's performance. But once they figure out, there's a lot of good things here, right? It's a great sports city. The travel here is tremendous compared to some other places.
Facilities are great.
Facilities are great. The way they treat you as an organization. Now, if you can start to get on the upswing playing wise, that it's a home run. And I think that's what the guys that are here now are figuring out, and they're talking to their buddies about it. And you're right; it's not about free agency; it might be about the trades.
I know we got to run. We got to wrap this thing up.
There's a Brian Boucher fan, the Brian Boucher jersey out.
I know
waiting.
She's waiting. But before you get to her, Bouch, there was a comment that came through on our comment board.
Oh boy,
from Russ's wife.
Was there?
Nancy Joy.
Uh-oh.
Really?
Nancy Joy said, "Just tell Brian Boucher I said hi. I think he's really cool."
That's true.
Go find it.
Really
100%. It's in there. Nancy Joy did say that.
Yeah, you take care of that when you get home,
Thank
Russ.
you, Nancy. Hi, Nancy. Your husband was nice to me. Thank you. And so is Anthony.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It was a happy
Yeah,
marriage.
there it is. See, it was her, right? I'm not lying when I said that, right?
No, he's a cool dude.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
I said he looked like a GQ model. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm swapped.
We're gonna have to knock him down a peg or two after this.
It's good
experience.
stuff,
Yeah.
gentlemen. Thank you very much. We greatly appreciate it.
Our pleasure.
It's always a pleasure to talk to you boys, and we'll see you down the line.
All right, guys.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Take care, guys.
You know what the good thing is too? We often have these conversations about. You think about the commentary team on different teams, different organizations, and remember the thing that happened like a week or so ago. It was what was the away game where the announcer was flipping their lid about people chanting, about people chanting "Let's go Flyers."
That was in
Colorado.
I was on the road.
And you
trip.
go, if Jim Jackson and Brian Boucher went on to NBC Sports Philadelphia,
yeah,
and they openly bemoaned the fact that there was another fan base with fans there,
Yes.
and said, "Oh, these people left that city for a reason," we would take them to task because it's just a stupid thing to say.
Yes.
Now, are there times where maybe a little bit of a rosier picture can be painted?
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Sure.
but you don't hear things like that. And sometimes I think a lot of times we lose sight of how good you have it here from a commentary perspective that these, they're off. What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. They're only alumni. Just alumni. Yeah, you're good. Thanks. Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. That's it.
There are some bad announcing teams in this league.
Oh,
there are
big
some.
time.
I mean,
oh look, they're bringing the cart. I think they're telling us it's time.
Yeah, well, we said that we were going to probably roll out by 2, and it's almost 2:30.
And my wife's texting me because wondering where I'm at. I'm
Well-
supposed to be at a dinner.
Oh well,
Yeah.
a dinner. It's 2:20.
It's a 90th birthday party for her aunt.
And what time's the party at?
2.
That's not a dinner, and you should have been gone. Oh my god, these people.
I stuck around because these guys were running late.
Intern and I could have handled it. Come on now.
Would you have brought up the ice cream thing?
Yeah, because I wanted to know if he got any driblets on. So I actually had like a panic moment for him. I was like, all right, now think about it. Play this one out.
Yeah.
Boucher has national profile.
Yes.
He goes into some like mom and pop dry cleaner, right?
Yeah.
They have no idea who he is, right?
Right.
He could show up and be like, hey, I'll pay you well, tip you well. Like Turner will pay for him to get dry cleaned. What's the turnaround time? Like, what do you expect the turnaround time would be if he had like gotten ice cream on himself and then he had to go and he had more games to do? What do you think the turnaround time would be versus a jamoke like me or you going and going?
Like, I mean, if you had to go because he had to go from one city to the next.
Yeah, but like if he landed in that next city, he's like, hey, listen, I have a game tonight at 6,
there are
6 o'clock.
cleaners that are like 2-hour cleaner or
Are
3-hour.
there?
Yeah, you got to pay extra, but I mean they have them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually did panic for him though. I was like, oh, because like imagine then you go on the air and it's like you got the the spot of like Graham Slam or whatever on your on your lapel. You know,
He's posing for a picture with Mike Butts.
Yeah,
that's what we just did right there.
Yeah, Mike Butts. He'll be thrilled. All right, now listen.
Yeah, we got to run.
It's been a long show. I think we did the longest show of anybody who's down here. A big thank you to everybody who tuned in live. And a big thank you to everybody who's going to listen after the fact in the podcast feed. It's a long show. Hopefully you got something out of today. If you missed it, we had Rick Tocchet, we had Dan Hilferty, we had Keith Jones, Todd Reirden, Cindy Stutman, Wayne Simmonds, Boucher, JJ. Did I miss
Timmy
anybody?
Saunders.
Tim Saunders popped on. Guy who did Vladar's mask, Fran. I forget Fran's last name, but Fran came over, showed us.
Franny Drummond.
Franny Drummond showed us the first look at Dan Vladar's Olympic mask. We did a little bit of running through the arena. I stalked Vladar there for a little bit.
Yeah.
He's too tall. If he'd been like a shorter guy, I'd have walked up to him and, done the whole thing. He's tall. I don't know if I could have reached up to his head to hold the mic, a little microphone, but we'll get an iron out for next year. We did a little bit of different stuff this year. Intern Andrew ended up in the dunk tank, got dunked like 12 times.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
So anyway, a big thank you to everybody who tuned in.
Good luck to video guy Amadeo for having to clip this one up.
On a positive note, that's a lot of content for the Olympic break. We're going to still be doing shows. Correct me if I'm wrong. We are going to be doing Snow the Goalie Radio this week.
In Marlton.
This Wednesday night at 6 o'clock.
In Marlton.
In Marlton. So, I don't know, plan that one out. And we're doing shows throughout the Olympic break.
Yeah, we're going to have one each week.
Yeah.
During the break. We'll be probably talking about the Olympics more than the Flyers, but we will be doing those shows on Wednesdays.
Before we go, what Olympic sport are you looking the most forward to watching other than hockey?
Which one?
Give me like 2 or 3 that you like.
You know what I like to watch in the Winter Olympics?
I hope you say it.
Bobsled.
Oh, yeah, bobsled's cool.
I really like bobsled.
Bobsled and do they still do the skeleton? Where
Skeleton,
you go?
yeah.
That scares me.
That's the whole controversy where Canada pulled.
There was that guy who died.
Did you see the thing where Canada pulled their contestants out so that the American girl couldn't get enough points to qualify?
No.
And she was trying to get to the IOC.
No.
Canada intentionally sabotaged an American skeleton players. It's crazy. You got to look it up. It's wild.
Is that why Trump was apparently meeting with the Alberta separatists? Did you see that, by the way? No. I was like, that was some wild stuff.
I have no idea. But I also like curling.
Connor McDavid, you're going to be an American. It's an American.
I also like curling. You know why I like curling?
I love curling.
You know why I like to watch the curling?
You could do it?
Because I think it's the one Olympic sport that that me, you, and Andrew could still learn and still be able to become good enough.
We should train.
We should.
Train for curling.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It looks like a lot of fun.
Curling for 2030.
Yeah, by the way, Jim Jackson back behind us.
Yeah.
Like, I think he was ready to go a while ago. And he's just taking pictures. And this is kind of what it's all about. Oh, we got Gritty. We got a Gritty alert.
Yeah.
Over there. There's Gritty. Going by with the security. I mean, what would it be? A Flyers Carnival. I hope he comes over here and knocks down the lights.
Yeah.
Maybe can he dunk on intern Andrew? If they got the segways out here. There he goes. He's blowing kisses to the people. Go tell Gritty to come over here. Say, hey, you. Yo, Gritty, are you better than the Fanatic 610?
Yeah.
Yeah, there he is. There goes Gritty, waving to the kids, blowing
Gritty
kisses.
Gritty has never been on our show.
Yeah,
But
did I see something about Gritty gets paid $50,000 more than the Fanatic? Is that true?
I thought it was 100, but maybe it's 50.
100,000?
Maybe it's 50.
Wow.
Yeah.
Inflation in
Yeah.
this economy. Whew.
Anyway.
All right. Anyway, we are going to be back on Wednesday at Chickies and Pizza Marlton. Do us a favor if you've done so already. Like the video, share the video, subscribe. Subscribe on your favorite podcast app, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music. A big thank you, as always, to all of you. Thank you to Bundy. Thank you to Ant, to intern Andrew. We'll be back on Wednesday. I'll be back on Monday on the Russ Joy Show. When's the On Patterson podcast with you and Mikey Miss?
Thursdays.
Thursdays
At 2.
So make sure you go subscribe to those shows as well. I've been told intern Andrew at some point might be doing a little.
You might hear something about that
Might be
soon.
doing a little bit of talking into a microphone.
You might hear something about that soon.
Keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah.
He has to name it the intern Andrew Show, doesn't he?
Yes.
And on that, time for us to end. Have a great time, everybody. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Talk to all of you very soon here on Snow the Goalie, the only Flyers podcast.